ours will blow its horn like as it's getting near like every crossing, and you can hear it coming from miles away. Like 15 minutes before it gets there, you can hear it. It's really and hearing that like a snowy night, it's really there's something good about it. See, you still got a little bit of train in you.
I do. I think the fact that we're still talking about this means that I do.
That's a great point.
There was living in LA now, that the sound of an ambient train in the distance has now been replaced with police sirens,
helicopters.
Helicopters.
The LAPD helicopter is just like non-stop.
They love to circle. They love to circle, dude.
They're
Sometimes
always
they'll just be circling for so long.
The first time you go to LA and you see it, you're like, man, there must be something going on. Maybe there's a chase. Maybe there's a Ford Bronco on the loose.
Well, no, sometimes
like,
I mean, most of the time when it's if you see it circling, they're looking for someone.
I always feel like they're just like looking at like traffic jams and they're like, damn, that looks rough.
I mean, sometimes it could be like a traffic. Well, traffic. I mean, I feel like you don't even need a traffic helicopter anymore because you could probably just look into like Google's API and figure out where are people slowed down, where are people reporting there's an accident, and just mention that it's there.
You can also fly a drone for probably a penny instead of hundreds and hundreds of gallons of diesel.
Yeah, but my LA ambience was replaced with those two things, and then also the occasional sound, especially around New Year's, it gets the most confusing. The sound of like what sounds like fireworks in the distance, maybe firecrackers, but then you're also like, but what?
Yeah,
because there have been times where I'm like,
chat rate.
Like I'll be hanging out with a friend, someone who's like not from town, and they'll hear that. They'll be like,
no one in chat? What are you talking about?
I just set those off sometimes. And then it turns out it was
chat rate
there
one.
was a guy who walked outside this door and just started firing a pistol in the air.
Firing a gun in just a city randomly sounds really anxiety.
That's probably how it
like,
starts.
if you go into the woods in the rural America and shoot, I'm already like...
I have too much main character energy to worry about dying in that way. I just know that I'm gonna do some fucking... I'm just gonna like... I'm
going
to
get out of this?
I'm gonna live the fantasy that all those self-defense instructors do, where I'm just gonna like, they'll have a gun right here on my forehead, and I'll be like, and I have the gun now.
Yeah,
I'm doing a citizen's arrest.
Citizen's arrest. That's some Elvis life shit right there.
Oh yeah, trains are cool though. And yeah, in the Club Car Cafe, they had like this train thing, this little train thing, and it's still there. It's still there. It's like you go up an order now. That's the one difference. It's kind of like
I walked in there once, and they were, and it was that. This was a couple years ago, but they were already closed for the day. And I just got mad. This is not what it should be.
Yeah. There was another very specific memory I have that's like, it's specific to if you had, it just depends on the town I guess you grew up in, but like if you ever went to the dump with your dad as a kid.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a specific memory because
you might see the loader just like ripping through trash and moving it.
Well, there's a very specific memory I have with this because what we would do is we'd go to the dump, and then there's like this big like fucking concrete warehouse at the active dump, where you just throw the trash. I mean, they had like these like big dumpsters that you could throw trash in that seemed like these endless holes into nowhere. But the main thing we do sometimes is we just throw the bigger items or whatever
onto
this
the
concrete
floor
area of this concrete building that was like very open, and there was a fucking it wasn't a bulldozer, it was like one that lifts up.
Loader.
Yeah, there was a loader that would drive through there and it would pick up all the trash and stuff, and I was enamored with this machine, and there was a specific word I had for it as a kid, like there was a name for it, and I called it the Big Monster.
It is basically a big monster.
Yeah, and I was always fascinated with it. Like so when my dad would want to go to the dump, he'd be like, "Do you want to go to the dump and see the big monster?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, absolutely, I want to see the big monster." You kidding me? There's such a specific smell to the dump too. It's not like pure trash. It's ambient trash in a way that's almost.
There we go.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
It's kind of. It doesn't smell good. But it's just like unique.
Yeah.
I don't want to say trash.
That's my confess it.
I guess I just confessed that the dump kind of smells good. The Acton transfer station had a very unique smell.
Yeah.
It's just like human waste, but not like
Not
human waste. Just like
Oh, chat.
You don't need a.
Just
don't call it.
Today is a good day,
That's
chat.
the
Human
solution
waste.
to
It's
getting
trash.
to avoiding the confusion.
It's
there.
trash. There's no sewage there. It's just trash.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, now
Trash.
I'm
It's trash.
still enamored with the big monster. So now I'm driving a big monster.
You're driving the big snow monster.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you what, nothing about normal driving I think translates to driving. It's pretty fucking neat.
Does it even have a steering wheel?
No, it has two levers in your left hand, and each lever does each track. It doesn't. It's a track. So you're controlling each track, and then the other hand's joystick. It's like a video game.
Yeah, you're stressing me out. You're stressing me
The first time I got in it was like, what the fuck is this?
Which was like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I've only been on it this week.
Yeah, I'm sure you figured it out pretty quickly. I mean, when you applied there, were you like, I've worked with so much machinery, like this is not gonna be a big deal?
Well, yeah, they were like, have you worked with, like what kind of machinery? I'm like, plenty of tractors and mowers and, Humvees and tanks, and I drive a truck. And, like, I pick it up pretty quick. And,
Yeah, that's probably all they need. I didn't get a call, so
they did not call.
who'd they call? Well, I'm sure that they would want to know my opinion on the situation for sure. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, because I said, hey, I put you down at the restaurant. I don't think they called any of my friends. It's pretty chill.
Yeah, I don't know if that's one to.
But I don't think there's another spot. I think I got the spot. Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they wouldn't mind hiring a fucking landscaper veteran. Like, I feel like that's
Kind of
exactly
on
what they're looking for.
Yeah.
This is exactly the person they're looking for.
Yeah, it's exactly. They're like,
And young too. Like, you're not gonna take the day off for some random medical thing. Like,
no, I don't really take days off. I never took a day off at landscape.
you got a kid, so they know you're desperate for money.
Yeah, dude, that's the truth. Before we jump in the confessions, I just want to shout somebody out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hook up Derek. Go check out Derek. Derek just sent me some wing sauce.
It's like averaging like two shout outs per episode on TikTok.
Why can't I shout out my friends? Isn't this a podcast of friendship?
You can.
You're always laughing at
This is the first time I've actually said something about it.
Go
I'm usually
check
just
out
smiling and watching.
my good friend Derek, also known as Midnight Underground on Twitch. He does a really good job over there, and you should check him out. That's it.
There we go.
And I'll be shouting him out next week too. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm just shouting people out.
There we go. Speaking of shout out, you want to shout out your first confession?
I would love to share this confession. Okay. This is like a 3-paragraph essay here, so just bear with me.
I'm really hoping that we didn't have duplicates either, because we did not double check on these.
We didn't, which is why I'm happy to get first pick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, r/confessions. Here's the title. I had fleas for almost 3 years straight when I was a teenager. Here's the story.
There's no overlap so far. That's good.
All right, so bear with me. I gotta get through it. It's a little long. You know how it works. All right, here we go. It's been about 10 years since this happened, and no one knows except for my immediate family. I haven't even told my husband. That's bold. That's crazy. When I was 14, my friend's dog had fleas, and I caught them. She told me she had lice and used lice shampoo, and that was the end of it for her. I know she had fleas, not lice. We used lice shampoo. We went to a professional after several washes and cleaning my entire room multiple times. We were told I had fleas and not lice. We used lice shampoo, bombed the entire house for a week. It just didn't get better. I had very long, thick hair, and I was a girl, so we usually just cut it off. Fleas are smaller than lice, so they are harder to get rid of. I would sit on the floor in front of my mom every single day, 3 times a day, for over 2 years, while she picked fleas out of my hair with tweezers. Fresh steam bedding every single day, thinning my hair once a month, cut my hair to the shoulders, no improvement. Bleached my hair, washed with flea shampoo daily, no improvement. Shaved half my head, no improvement. We tried everything, and I tried hard. It lasted 2.5 years. I cried every day and was terrified someone would find out or someone at school would see them in my hair. Sometimes they would even fall out on my desk. We really thought we were going to have to shave my entire head. My mom told me we had one more week to get rid of them or she would shave my head. Then the fleas just went away. I don't even remember exactly what we had been doing to my hair at the time, but they were gone. It's been 10 years now, and I guess I have some sort of PTSD from it. Anytime fleas or lice is mentioned, I swear things are crawling on me. I completely flip out. I keep flea shampoo handy. Whenever I feel that way, I have to wash my hair with flea shampoo for days, and I bomb my house. I'm absolutely terrified to get fleas again. That's the story.
Dude, that's horrifying.
That is
2.5 years? Oh my God, especially in high school.
You give me a month with that head shake. I don't give a fuck that I'm a girl. I just
Yeah,
swear,
as if
I
that's
swear
much
it is boy
distance.
cap.
There's not a crazy distance you have to go there.
Well, no, I know, but if Emma has fleas for 3 weeks, Emma, that's it. Say goodbye. We are not dealing with
that's
that.
it, Emma.
We
That's it, Emma. You're gonna have to look like you're going through something much worse.
Fleas? Yeah. Have you ever had fleas?
No.
Our cat got fleas.
Have you had fleas?
Yeah, my cat brought home fleas in middle school, so we had them for like a week. It sucked, dude. It sucked. We had to bomb our house. You know, like cats getting
Bomb?
Yeah, you do like it's like a smoke bomb. You can't be in the house. It's toxic.
You
Fumigated
your house.
Yeah. And
Bomb our house.
That's what it's.
Yeah,
that's,
no, we dropped a fucking
bombed
bunker
it, man.
buster on our house.
Yeah, it was awful. You'd feel like in the carpet, and they like jumping on your ankles, and like once you know that there's fleas, you just like your skin's just crawling all the time, and you're just like, oh,
yeah.
it sucks. 2.5 years, dude. I was just fucking probably kill myself. Just take the Mr. Schlatt route. Just
Definitely seems like the easier way out in that scenario. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck 2.5 years.
That's disgusting.
Also, you know what's funny with that story is that the way it was going, I was totally expecting it to be some sort of thing where like she had like a younger sister that just like had a fucking box of fleas and just kept putting them on her sister.
That
in her
would
sleep
be
or
like
something.
the r/confessions kind of.
Yeah,
That'd be like
yeah.
the evil route. This is kind of just like
it suddenly like switched. It's like switched perspectives, and it was like that's what my sister would have made, but I'm actually her twin sister, and I've been putting fleas in her right up until our mom said that she was going to have to shave her head, and I said that's too much.
The thing about fleas, though, is you couldn't just target one person with fleas. Like if someone gets fleas in your house, I feel like everybody gets it. It's not. They don't discriminate. They're just. They want hair. Or fur, or they want. It's horrible, man. How are you sending? Honestly, too, super spreader family. They're just like sending their kid to school with fleas all the time. I feel like that's not.
Yeah, that probably made it a bigger issue, especially if they're falling on her desk.
That means like
crawling over to someone else.
You're going to school for over 2 years with fleas. Like odds are you gave it to a few people.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that's
like
fucked
kind
up.
of fuck you. Maybe just shave your head and call it good, and then just like you know, I don't know, but that's an embarrassing thing to have as a kid. I mean, it's embarrassing to have it as an adult, but I feel like
it's
as a
rough
middle
enough
schooler,
it's rough enough to have like even acne as a kid is like you get acne as a kid, you're like what I deal with while everyone has acne.
You look at a middle schooler, it's gross. Honestly, I feel like high school.
I don't think you never really have.
My acne was never
too bad.
been.
You got it on your chin. You got it on your chin a little bit.
I'll get like one there. I'll get like one in the nook, and then like
I feel like I remember there was a period where you kind of got it a lot though on your chin.
Maybe,
but that was like the only area or something. I think we called you like pimple chin or something. I think that's what we were
Nobody called me
for a couple
pimple
years.
chin. This is
No,
like
I feel like everyone was calling
Ted
you.
had bad acne, and this is some projection.
No, I'm working. I'm getting to that. But I just looked over there. I feel like everyone was calling you like pimple piece chin bitch boy or something.
No, I don't remember that one. That must have just been you.
Well, yeah, no. PPCBB. That's what
No,
everyone.
look, it's PPCBB. No, I'm just calling you.
Pimple pizza.
I actually
Pizza Pimple
think
Chin Bitch Boy.
people were usually like, "Who is that? Who's that guy with you, Dad?"
Oh, dude, that's TBCBB. I love it. I love that. That's my favorite memory. Pizza Pimple Chin Bitch Boy moment. Yeah, no, my acting was really fucking bad when I was a kid, though. So much that I had to fucking nuke it with radiation that would have killed an embryo.
Okay, that's not. I mean, that's.
Yeah, no, Accutane. You're you cannot take Accutane if you are pregnant. It is like it'll either kill the baby, or they'll come out like they'll be like
Extremely high risk of severe birth defects.
Yeah, like it will.
This is from the FDA.
It will. A baby will come out and look like a fucking like centaur from Fallout.
Those guys can be kind of hard.
They're like masses of meat. They're like horrifying masses of meat. They're also ridiculous that they call them a centaur because when you look at them, anything but. It's more like just like, if anything, it's just like a mutant meat seal.
Dude, it really is like it's like a sea lion of meat.
Like centaur is just such a strange word to use for it. Like, give it the name of this beautiful mythical beast.
You will be pleasantly surprised by what I'm about to tell you. I have started watching the Fallout show.
Okay.
I'm 3 or 4 episodes into season 1.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna write that down somewhere in my mind's eye, and we will talk about that on Patreon.
Okay.
So we have to stick to that. We
do.
Ted
is a serious Fallout buff, and he's in a little bit of Fallout frenzy.
Well, because I know. Because I know that if we talk about it, then we're going to talk about it for the next 20 minutes, and then there's going to be that guy back in the comments who was like, "You guys didn't even fucking talk about the topic of the episode until 40 minutes in."
There's always that guy, and it's you.
There's always that guy. Also, I don't have jaundice, guys. I just didn't want to turn on my lights, and I didn't do it this time either. This is just my fucking window that's open this time. So screw you guys.
Chuckle sandwich sign. It's mounted like right in front of me.
It's right there. I'm looking at it.
And it's a cool sign. It deserves to be.
It is. It looks good.
That's a good office piece.
It is a really good office piece. Maybe I should make one for the take it easy. That'd be cool. Put it like there. Okay.
Yeah, your turn for confession.
My next one. Okay. This is from 6 years ago.
Okay.
We swapped our twin brothers at birth.
Okay. Let me hear it.
When I was 11, my mum. Oh, I think I might be British. When I was 11, my mum gave. No, I'm not gonna do that. My mom gave birth to me and my little brothers, identical twin boys. My sister and I, also identical twins, decided it would be funny to swap them. They had, that is a thing, by the way. This is a sidebar. That is a thing. I think that if there's twins in the family, the likelihood of twins happening in that genetic lineage is higher. I learned that the other day. Apparently, it switches like every other generation.
If you put fertility issues on top of that, it compounds because if you do one of the in vitro or something, that's high risk for twins.
Huh?
So Emma's
It's all old
family
codes from like the area.
Possibility of having twins?
Yeah, could be.
I mean, if anything, I'll just cover you guys in the next one. One more set. Covered.
Now, if we have a set of twins, then the oldest kids are likely, because the twins are they're like each other's best friends.
So you need to have
even because the oldest and the youngest would probably end up being really close. Because
what if they're triplets?
That's wild when you shoot somebody like that.
Yeah. If there were twins,
raising them kids up, and you kill that guy.
Maybe I would let
I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll say. If it's twin boys, be an issue. If it's twin girls, I don't think there's any problem.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah,
If we have twin boys
because
next,
then it's like you've got the old because then you've got the situation with the older brother, but then honestly, I don't think that it would be much of an issue at all. I think if you started with twins and then you have
a
younger,
that would definitely
I think because the power dynamic
help.
I mean, you know this as an older brother. Would you really have an issue if your sisters were twins?
No, probably not. I guess having that like you're the oldest, you're the favorite, you're the best thing that's ever happened to your parents. You were the initial joy. You were just the light in their life. You're everything to them. You always will be.
I think the only scenario in which it could be a thing is like there wasn't like any sort of age gap because they're not equals. They're really not.
No, the oldest will always reign supreme over the youngest.
Exactly. So I think that you wouldn't really run into much of an issue at all. I don't think you need to have 4. I mean, you could certainly allowed to. But
It's certainly been a conversation. But you should finish your story.
yeah, I think I just kind of just a few sentences. I'm feeling pretty proud of that. Okay. My sister and I also went so when she was 11, when we gave birth to her little brothers, they're identical twin boys. My sister and I, also identical twins, decided it would be funny to swap them. They had bands on their wrists identifying them, but we were able to ease them off and swap them. We then placed them in each other's cribs. We did it because we thought our parents would realize straight away and laugh since they were able to tell them apart. Since they were able to tell us apart even when we swapped clothes. However, they didn't. A while later, possibly a few weeks to a month, we decided to swap them back because we gradually became scared they'd find out and we'd get in trouble. We swapped their baby grows that had their names on. I don't know what baby grows is, but
Clothes, maybe?
baby clothes that had their names on. But by that time, my mom had gotten used to their faces and individuality and asked what we were playing at swapping their clothes. We never told her that we were actually trying to reverse an original and successful trick because we knew she wouldn't believe us or be furious. So we're the only family members who know that they're swapped and that the eldest is actually the youngest. Only one of our best friends knows the truth. They are 16 in December. We plan to tell them one day because they have a right to know, but neither of us have the balls at the moment.
That's awesome. Because like, yeah, they should know. There's really no consequence to twins' names because, like, they had to have been really little when they did it, like 1 month or 2 months old.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is a deleted account and there's no update either, which is a bummer.
Maybe it went south when they told them.
They posted this during lockdown, and they said when lockdown is over, we're gonna go to bite the bullet and speak to their parents face to face and tell them. But also, it's like, I mean, I guess if I was the twin and I was my whole childhood just being told that I was like slightly younger.
Yeah, like that would grow on you. That would have a long-term effect.
That would affect the dynamic, and I think for one, they thought they were older the whole time. Crushing.
Yeah, they go into deep depression. They go to the bottle.
A crushing blow. They go to the bottle. They are fucking doing.
It starts at like 6. I'm gonna make some jambalaya.
Alrighty.
Experimenting with drugs and sex and STDs. You know, it's
like all my fucking meal prepping. You know what I mean? Like my meal prep everything right now.
That is a dilemma, but not really though. That's good. That's good. I mean, it's not like the end of the world because it's gonna be like, oh yeah, because
I've also got like a one-liner. This is a one-liner from 6 years ago that didn't have any sort of thing. When I was 11, this is just kind of funny. When I was 11, I didn't know the difference between a veteran and a veterinarian, and I thanked the lady who put my dog down for her service.
it's a reasonable confusion as a kid, I'd say.
It's just funny where it's just like she just killed the dog. She's like, thank you for your service.
I mean, that is a shitty job. Like, I think that they should probably be thanked. Like, who wants to put down dogs all day?
Yeah, especially when, as a veterinarian, you have to go into that job because you really like animals.
Yeah.
And then for that part of that job is to be consistently and frequently exposed to the death of them is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, because who do you know that
But I
they're
guess they're also saving animals too.
I
But
feel
like,
like they're putting down more animals than they're saving. Because how many people's pets die from, like, we're talking dogs and cats. How many people's dogs and cats die from animals? I feel like most of the time I hear, like, yeah, we have to play dogs.
I think that, man, I imagine that the rate of dog death has to be higher.
Well, all dogs die.
Sure, but like
And cats.
in terms of like the generational movement of dogs means that death is more frequent on average for that species.
Oh, yeah, dogs can live
They
like
have-
half as
because
long as a cat.
Well, yeah, and they live maybe a fucking fourth the length of the, or less than a fourth the length of the human.
Yeah, I'd say the average dog life's 10 years. Between big and small. Because, like, if you got a
Yeah,
big
so
dog,
they live about the seventh of a human's life. That's crazy.
yeah.
We must be like immortal beings because we meet a dog. You get a dog when you're like 65, and that dog is like if dogs had an America of their own, that means that you would be serving this being that is several generations older than your country.
Yeah. Well, think about it too. Like, if you're 30,
You seem immortal.
you're 30 and you get a dog and it lives 10 years, dies when you're 40, you basically don't look any different its whole life. Like, from 30 to 40, you don't really look any different. And so you really do just look like this immortal, unchanging being. That's weird. And then, I mean, honestly, that's kind of how it is for children up until your parents hit, like, I would say their late 50s, and then you're like, oh, my parents are 80. Your parents are a
Yeah,
little
I think
older,
it-
so you might not have had that, like,
Well, my mom's 58.
oh, so your dad's,
Or sorry, no, my mom's turning 60 this year.
yeah, I think my mom was 57. I don't know.
My mom turning 60 is crazy. My dad's always just been old.
And your dad's always had white hair, like, so that kind of.
Yeah, my dad has always been consistently like the oldest person I've ever known. Is sort of how I.
He's in
is
good
sort of how
shape
I
too.
viewed it.
Like, your dad's very healthy,
Yeah.
so that helps, like, not look old.
I remember there was a period he had a phase where he was dyeing his hair brown for a little bit when I was younger, and I remember it was like strange, but it like only lasted like
Dad.
a couple months.
Yeah,
It
it's
only lasted
uncanny.
like a month or so because he keeps his hair really short. My mom, she dyes her hair. I believe.
My mom does too. I'm just like, Mom, you don't need to be doing that.
But it's one of those things where it's like, and she's always dyed it the same color for my whole life. So it'll be interesting when she kind of gives up.
And it goes, it's gonna be like gray like that. I
And
had
all of a
also,
sudden I'll be like,
yeah, one of my aunts. I only see her maybe once a year. She stopped dyeing her hair blonde or whatever, and it was like silver. I was like, whoa, when the fuck did this happen? My mom, she's still dyeing her hair, but both my dad, he's almost entirely gray now. Like,
is he really? I haven't
Yeah.
seen him in a while.
yeah, all this
And he wasn't dyeing his hair either. I think last time I
my
saw him.
dad's dyeing his hair.
Oh yeah, I don't know. He doesn't know how.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Some witchcraft in the shower, I think.
He probably doesn't even know where to start.
No, I don't either.
He doesn't even know what questions to ask.
But all of a sudden, my parents are looking older, and it's like, oh shit, we are
Yeah.
aging. Because I don't.
I went through that crisis a little bit last year.
Yeah, it's been hitting me when my parents are grandparents. So
Yeah.
you know, it's like everyone has formally entered a new era. I think honestly, what will be the hardest for me is when Emma's dad starts to age, because because we hang out a lot and like we go do stuff. And he's like as capable as I am of doing anything.
Well, how old is Larry?
He just turned 50. But he's,
Yeah, he just turned 50. That's so fucking crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
My dad is 18 years older than your father.
Yeah. He could be his dad.
Yeah, I guess he is. My dad's a full generation older than me. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, there's a decent chance that my son will have my grandson will have a great grandpa. Emma's family on one side like consistently lives into their hundreds.
Oh, wow.
And we, as far as her family goes, we're pretty, we get busy quick.
Yes. Yeah, you did me.
I beat my dad to the kid by several years.
There you go.
So when
it's definitely something you guys. It's definitely something you guys are proud of. Like you like having quick generational turnover.
Well, we are proud of being like. I think there's a lot of magic in being a young parent for your kids, because once you have a kid, you just basically do like everything's for them. So by having young parents, you get more time with them before you realize that they're aging.
That's true. That's true. I can't really relate too much because my dad had me when he was 40.
Yeah, well, my dad had Anna when she's only 11, so he was 40.
Yeah, dude, I remember fucking
When that happened.
hanging out with Hannah when you were graduating from the Marines, and I had to like take her on a walk. Well, yeah, she was being a real fucking piece of work, and Alice couldn't handle it, so I had to take her on like a little walk. I took her like a walk around the block
On the Marine base.
No, like we got a restaurant, and I like took Hannah out on a walk outside the restaurant, like for like a couple blocks, and we came back. Dude, I got so sick on that trip.
Yeah,
That's probably one of the top
6.
anything in relation to you, I always get a stomach bug. I've gotten 2 stomach bugs and things that are related to you, and I haven't gotten. Those are the only times I've ever gotten.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
Because you're dirty as fuck. Your whole family's dirty too.
Pretty clean people.
Dirty family. Your family was really great to me though during that. I was sick as shit, and I decided it'd be a good idea to drink that fucking smoothie with milk in it, and I was throwing up on fucking
That was
Paris Island.
the least sympathetic version of me that you could possibly have conjured up to.
I wasn't expecting you to like.
No, I'm saying that's funny comedy in the dichotomy between our two.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I get it. You had a hard time.
Well, I'm just like, it was funny. Like they show up and it's like Ted's really sick. I'm like, I don't care. Like he can just deal with it. It's like I've been sick for months.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. You asked for that. Whenever all this hard shit about the Marines comes up, I'm like, you asked for this. That's the thing you wanted. You knew it would be shit. You read hundreds of comments about how it would be shit all of high school. Terminal Lance. I knew every step of the way. You probably knew more information about anyone going to that in your generation at Paris Island about how shit it would be.
I really did feel like I was one of the most prepared people in terms of what this was going to go down. Some people get to boot camp, they just like a recruiter showed up in high school, they signed the papers and they left next week. And they had never considered it before. It's just like, holy smokes, dude, no wonder you're struggling right now. You had no idea what you were getting into. You just had like a vague notion of like what the military wears camo. That's like all you knew. Now you're down here just like getting your shit rocked every day. Okay, let me get another.
Yeah, I bet that's something that Emma's jealous of too, because she's never been able to communicate with you by letter.
We used to send letters to each other all the time.
Yeah, but then you guys fucking Snapchat each other, like your fucking cocks to each other all the time. In between those, so it's not like, yeah.
Here's the confession. The title
You
is
cock pics over Snapchat. Yeah.
The title is I take supplies from work.
Tip A, shaft, and ball.
Get outta here!
Fucking low angle.
From a low angle?
Wide angle lens.
I didn't.
Low angle, wide angle lens, right under.
This
right
sounds
under the
like you're speaking from experience. You probably break out the big camera on the tripod. You probably get down there with your legs over your head.
Yeah. No, you gotta preserve the fidelity of the testicles. You know, you gotta make sure that they see every wrinkle.
Every wrinkle.
Oh.
Mine don't have wrinkles.
It's the craziest thing. That's like the worst one to do. You can't throw away that.
It's just like a
That
smooth
seems
apple.
like a. That's. I imagine that is the same issue. I feel like that's a concurrent issue with like when someone has got a smooth brain, you got smooth balls. There's something wrong.
Dude, that's a good one. We should start telling people, you look like you got smooth balls.
Yeah.
That's your new soy boy. Say, you got smooth balls, buddy.
Hey, smooth ball. Come here.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the title.
All right, yeah. Tell me the confession of smooth balls.
I take supplies from work constantly, and I don't feel bad about it. Here's the story.
Yeah, me neither, dude. Absolutely.
Paper,
Not
pens,
the asshole.
cleaning products, toilet paper, snacks from the break.
Whoa.
If it's not nailed down, I'm taking it home. My salary is below market rate for my position. I'm underpaid by at least 10K based on industry standards. So I figure the petty theft is justified. Company steals my labor value by paying me less than I'm worth. I steal office supplies. It's wealth redistribution on a small scale. They save money on my salary. I save money on household items. Seems fair. Everyone acts like taking something work is this big moral failure, but they don't bat an eye at companies underpaying employees. One of these thefts is legal and the other isn't, but both are taking something that doesn't belong to you. I'm not
This
taking.
person's having a fucking.
They're on their
This person
soapbox.
is having some. They're having some fucking class consciousness psychosis in this fucking Reddit post.
I'm not taking anything expensive or important, just everyday items that cost the company pennies and save me actual money at home. The break room snacks are technically for employees anyway. I'm just taking them to eat later instead of eating them there. Is this actually wrong, or is corporate loyalty just propaganda to make workers feel guilty about taking back a fraction of what's being taken from them?
Dude, this is such a funny thing because like that last question there is like you got the simple one option, and then you've got like the other side that's like, or do you actually believe that people deserve to be paid more and live their lives as they're supposed to? And like if you chose the original question, I mean, I'm on this guy's side, but I'm not gonna be like. I don't want to be implicated with him. That's sort of the thing. Because it seems like he would take us.
I'm not gonna throw him under the bus, but
Like, I'm not gonna throw him under the bus, but this guy seems like, based on the way he's talking about this, that whatever thing he's gonna get caught for is gonna be made like 100 times worse based on how much the way that he's talking about this.
I feel like he's downplaying it right now.
Surely. This dude's taking at least, I don't know where he works, but he's probably taking like a printer or a keyboard, maybe a mouse.
If it's not nailed, he said if it's not nailed down, I'm taking it.
Office printers on wheels.
But then to say, then to say like, oh, I'm just office supplies. It's like, okay, well, a laptop is actually office supplies.
Yeah, there's some pretty expensive office supplies out there.
Yeah, this business for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple at least. There's probably a pretty nice Herman Miller chair right there.
Yeah, that's
It's like take Brenda's chair. She's like, somebody took my chair.
I'm not going to use this term right, but here's the biggest horcrux in this situation.
That's the second time you've used that today.
No.
Yeah.
When? When did I say horcrux?
Earlier.
What was I going to say? Okay, so
You were talking about
yes,
yeah,
the
he's probably
horcrux in this
downplaying
situation is that you chose to work here for this rate.
Yeah, I was getting a little irked by that. I was like, so wait, did you try to get a better rate, or are you applying to other jobs, or are you just
Now,
saying that you're going to steal $10,000 worth of office supplies over the course of a year?
and industry standards.
Because don't get me wrong. In a video game, I did take a shit ton of fucking M&Ms from Staples.
We did, but okay, So let's talk about the M&M thing, which we've talked about before.
But there was a coworker we worked with that was stealing genuine products.
Yeah, and I didn't really want to be implicated with that. Which is why I stopped stealing the M&Ms, because I was like, you're in too hot right now.
Yeah, dude was taking fucking like stole a pair of headphones or something.
Or like a Garmin watch or something. It was like, dude, they kind of track those. Like they don't know like how many M&Ms are in the store, but they know how many headphones are in the store because it's like in the inventory system. And like you might get a smack. You're not gonna get fired for taking a pack of M&Ms, but you will get fired for taking a pair of headphones. And like the M&Ms, I would put them.
Do you know what's awesome? Especially because I think I remember this Garmin watch thing. I think it worked.
He did. He was one of those Westford high school kids. Piece of work coming from that school.
Piece of work from Westford.
The M&Ms I would eat on the job, and theoretically would be more effective and, you know, whatever. Is a pack M&Ms. They're like, but
yeah, I mean, because I wasn't eating food at that point. If you're open on Sunday or something, you're definitely taking M&Ms because they give you fucking 30 minutes to have lunch, and that's enough time to get to Subway,
order, and
hopefully there's not a line. Hopefully there's not a line. You are begging for the fact that there's not going to be a line there because you know
you want to be able to eat.
You want it toasted, okay, and you deserve to be toasted. It's really like I think the longest time I would ever have. I mean, if you're out the door, I mean, you could if you could do it in 15 minutes, but if you cut it, dude, and it's like.
I could not go back. Bless you all that are currently in this. I've been there, but I could never go back to working in corporate retail. Where it's like, hey, 30 minutes, your time's up on your break. Like, get the fuck back out on the floor. Like, I'm working a job now where
I can smell that break room.
Oh, it's bad. That was bad.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't like terrible. It wasn't really anything in particular. It was just more like it's kind of like the smell of your childhood home, but like in a very negative way.
Yeah, I found that to be a negative smell. It wasn't the smell; it was more like the smell associated with the spot.
Also, there's like a bunch. Remember, there was like a sink, there was like a fridge, there was like a bunch of shit there.
Kind of like a kitchen.
I don't ever remember ever using because it was like a bunch of empty shelves and stuff and like the cabinets.
It's like it had the bones.
And also,
the
the irony. Well, I guess it's not really irony, but like just like the fucking. I think my class consciousness at that age began when I saw the fucking vending machine in the break room.
Well, yeah, it was like
there's something so rude about a vending machine in a break room.
Yeah, because you're trying to sell products to your employees.
It's like a company. It's like some fucking pre-Teddy Roosevelt company store bullshit. Like, oh, you can go. You're mining coal all day. Go fucking buy your fucking aspirin at the company store.
Yeah,
with company bucks.
No vending machine would be better because then it's not.
No. Yeah, because it's not. I feel like it being there is disrespectful.
That being said, I would use it.
I wouldn't because I'd fucking. Because we had the keys to the system. We had access to the fucking M&Ms and the shit they're putting in there. So just take one and put it in your pocket and just slip your hand.
And I think food, like a little candy or an energy drink, like a little thing that is just gonna help you get through your shift. I think, especially if you're working for like a big, like a Walmart, a Best Buy, whatever. I think that's okay. I'll endorse that. You need a pack of M&Ms or a Monster or something. Whatever. Walmart can comp you that. They can hook you up.
Yeah.
But if you're just like taking like a case of Monsters home, that's kind of different. If you're taking like a bunch of shit home, that's you signed up for the job. And industry standards is kind of like yeah, if most of they're not, but let's just say most of the Walmarts are in New York and LA, and you happen to be in one in Nebraska, the standard is going to be skewed by places that cost a lot more equipment. So like, you can't really get caught up in the numbers, man.
Yeah.
But working for retail, corporate, like the jobs I work, it's like, take your time as long as the job gets done. Like whatever. If you want to, you need a break, you need a break. If you want to take a long lunch, take a long lunch. Like
The fucking surveillance on a corporate retail worker is insane.
Yes, it is insane. And you're wearing a fucking radio with a earpiece at all times. Whenever I see
you're doing
wearing
physical,
an earpiece,
you're doing physical work in your job. But I imagine that in hindsight, you probably view working in Staples as being more exhausting.
it's definitely more mentally taxing and it's like depressing. Like you're just in, it's just like white, fluorescent lighting, shitty music, bottom of the barrel people working with you. Sorry guys, but it's true. And bottom of the barrel customer interactions. Because any customer who's worth a shit is in and out on their own time. They don't ask any questions. If you have to ask somebody a question that's deeper than like, hey, what aisle can I find this on? Or do you have this? Fuck you. Because you get, people will be like, oh, tell me why I should get this printer. I'm like, I don't know. Do you need a printer? Like, why are you making me like sell you this? Just fucking Google it, dude.
Dude, a printer is such a needs-based object too. There's no world where you're selling someone who doesn't need a printer. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. Like, I have a printer because I very rarely, occasionally need to either scan something or print something out.
I've been thinking about buying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I could print out flyers and like stuff to advertise work and like.
They are handy. I'll tell you what. I bought this like 2 years ago and I haven't run out of ink.
That's impressive. Why don't you? Well, we can't just start talking about printers. That's like the limit.
You're right.
Why don't you give me one more confession, and then let's move on to the Fallout deep dive again.
Okay. For a total of 4 confessions over the course of this episode.
Hey, we had good talks.
I've got 2 more checkers, so I can just do both because I feel like people deserve it.
Okay, if you got 2 good ones, go for it.
So the first one, this one is just ridiculous. Here's the title. I like to creep around my home and act like a goblin.
Yeah, me too, dude.
I don't know why, but I just enjoy doing this. Maybe it's my way of dealing with stress or something, but I just do it about once every week. Generally, I'll carry around a sack and creep around in a sort of crouch walking position, making goblin noises. Then I'll walk around my house and pick up various different trinkets, put them in my bag while saying stuff like, I'll be having that, and laughing maniacally in my goblin voice. Trinkets, this is a caveat, trinkets can include anything from shit I find on the ground to cutlery or other utensils. The other day I was talking with my neighbors and they mentioned hearing weird noises like what I wrote about, and I was just internally screaming the entire conversation. I'm 99% sure they don't know it's me, but God, that 1% chance is seriously weighing on my mind.
This dude sounds like he's probably a pretty good time to spend.
Yeah, dude.
I think we would have.
Do you know what's funny? I've been thinking this is a woman.
Well, I think I'm just identifying with it so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I could get down with that.
That's great. Generally, I'll carry around a sack and creep around in a sort of crouch walking position. Then I'll walk around my house and pick up various trinkets and put them in my bag while saying stuff. I'll be having that.
That's great, dude. That's a line right there.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I read this when we were looking for him, and I laughed. You heard me laugh out loud. I was like, I read this, and I was like, this is a rare person. This is a rare person, but someone that I would be friends with. I feel like.
Yeah. No, that sounds like a really fun hang.
Yeah. Yeah. People in the comments are like, this is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah. So you should do that sometime for Emma without any context. Maybe steal the baby like you're a goblin.
I yearn for the day that Emma can dive back into the illusion.
It's gonna be a while.
It is
gonna be a while.
It'll have been
because wouldn't that kind of fuck with her milk?
Yeah, that's why you don't do it. Well, a lot of people do it, and there's no hard evidence reports that it's like this has long-term repercussions. But that's
Better safe than sorry.
better safe than sorry. And if you can't,
When your child's life on the line.
yeah,
Get a little bit in the diamond in the illusion.
I don't want him to get popped.
It's so easy to not smoke too.
For you, I think it's pretty.
You know, I said this last time, but just people who can't stop smoking weed, they're just.
Ted's an
weaker
addict
people.
shamer.
Yeah, I know.
Just for weed?
Just for weed.
Yeah.
Just for weed.
Yeah, I like Troll Guy. I would hang.
Yeah.
Are you
Troll Guy,
are you doing your next one?
not the asshole. Not the asshole. Okay. This one is, I cried for 10 minutes in the bathroom of a karaoke. I thought nobody could hear me. I was wrong.
Oh, I bet they're mic'd up or something.
First night in Tokyo with the boyfriend. Both good drinkers, experts on holiday. Late night at Kaiseki Place. We become friends with the chef, sous chef, and waiter, so we decide to go and do karaoke together. I am super shy and a notorious bad singer, so when I hear my voice amplified, I almost throw the mic away. Boyfriend encourages me to sing all night, choosing the songs he knows I know by heart, such as Sweetheart, and handing me the microphone. I always start the song and then give away the microphone embarrassed. I feel like I'm ruining what could be an amazing night. Everyone else is happy and enjoying themselves. After a while, I can't take it anymore, so I head to the bathroom and start crying, looking at myself in the mirror and thinking what a complete failure I am. Apparently also at karaoke now. I cry a lot, not bothering or trying to keep it down, since the karaoke rooms are soundproofed and, well, my logic is really in mint condition. I exit the bathroom and see that the chef has been there all this time. He writes something on his phone and then hands it to me. His Google Translator says, "Everything is going to be okay."
That is really embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that is rough. I've never done karaoke.
You've never done karaoke?
Nope. I
Well,
just.
You know what that means?
Singing is not, which is funny. I'm just a singer. Singing's not something.
Dude, can I just say, by the way, I saw one the other day, but now it's actually gotten crazy. I think the monarchs are migrating right now because there's a shit ton I've been seeing outside. I've seen at least 20 over the course of this podcast.
I wonder, are they going north or south or east? I don't know.
They would be, because maybe they're coming back up from Mexico.
Yeah, because I think it takes them a few generations to get down there, and then a few generations to get all the way back up, which is crazy.
But they do it every year.
Yes. There's a movie at the Omni Theater in Boston about the Monarchs. At least there was when I was a kid. I remember seeing it, but I don't think I
remember this one particular time. I think it was like Katie was in LA or something, and we were going on a hike. And when we were at the top of the hill, it was like in the middle of the migration, and it was just like we were looking off across all of LA. And then, if you just like focus on what's around you, it was just like hundreds of monarchs flying around.
I already got my milkweed seeds to plant this year.
There you go.
Yeah. One of the Monarch's favorites.
That's good. Well, because milkweed is like a thing that needs to be planted more.
Yeah, there's quite a bit now. Like, I feel like the message has been delivered, and I see a lot of milkweed in the summer.
Should I try to plant some around my neighborhood here in LA?
I don't know if it grows in LA. You should buy some LA.
There's fucking monarchs outside. Why wouldn't they grow?
They might.
Also, I live in a very good zone for growing pretty much anything.
Pretty much anything.
I'm in 9C, dude. I'm in 9C.
Pretty much anything that grows in your area, if you don't have to water it. Because if you're planting randomly, you can't be watering it. You know what I mean? You should buy wildflower seeds for your zone and just cast them around.
Yeah, I wanna do the thing. I wanna get the little shaker thing that they do.
Yeah,
that seems fun. Get on a skateboard. I'm a fucking environmental rebel.
you could post that on your. Yeah,
but that is my neighborhood. Figure out where I live. So. Yeah, but then I don't.
You benefit because you help out the planet. It's not just for you.
It isn't just for me. It's for the whole neighborhood.
You should go to a bad neighborhood and do it. Go to a rough spot.
I don't know if that would work as well. It's been raining a lot here, so like usually what would be like sort of these flat patches of dirt have been like really grassy.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's been nice. Things have been like the hills in LA and stuff are like, well, because the fires last year really kind of
that was
like this is the kind of the comeback year. But then once we get a hot summer, then it's all gonna dry up, and then it's gonna come back worse, you know. So like,
you guys gotta get rid of all your
it's like this. We're in the part of the cycle where it's like post big fire, then it's kind of a rainier season right now,
big growing season.
So then there's huge growth. Everything's really green. The hills are all really green right now, and then that's gonna dry up in the summer, and then I think it's gonna compound in it unless they do something about reducing the amount of brush. It might be bad next year.
I think my favorite time to be in LA is like March, probably, when everything's at really green and really in bloom, but it's before everything is dried out. Like March April, 29 Palms / like Joshua Tree, really nice.
Do you have any more confessions before we get out of here?
I have one. It's not crazy, but here we go.
Yeah, a little exit confessions.
Here's the title. I sometimes pretend I'm more broke than I am because it's easy. Here's the story.
You write this? Did you write this?
Dude, if you want to see what my finances look like, you can look.
I don't need to, but there was a time where I did feel like doing that when we were peak chuckle.
Peak chuckle, it was more like I was struggling to keep up with my investment. I was investing a lot of money, which I'm glad I did because I kind of made like a honey pot investment. But by putting so much into that, I was not having a lot of cash for whatever. But if you would like to look now and fully grasp, you're welcome to. But
I don't want to see it.
All right, here's the story. I'm not rich or anything, but I'm doing okay. I have a steady job, my bills are paid, and I've managed to save some money over the last couple of years. Nothing impressive, just a decent cushion. The weird part is almost nobody in my life knows that. With friends and even some family, I always kind of act like I'm just scraping by. If someone suggests a trip or something expensive, I'll usually say I can't afford it or that money is tight, even when that's not really true. Sometimes it is about not wanting to spend, but sometimes it's just easier than explaining or feeling judged for saying no. I think part of it comes from how I grew up, where money was always stressful and you never talked about having any. And part of it is that I'm scared if people know that I have some savings. I'll suddenly become the you can afford it person or the can you spot me person. There are times I'm sitting on the couch playing on my prize, checking my bank app, thinking how stupid this is. I've worked for this stability. I should be able to just say I don't want to spend that instead of pretending I can't. It's not a huge lie, but it's one I keep telling, and sometimes it makes me feel fake. I don't even know why I'm writing this. I guess I just wanted to admit it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I resonate with this.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
Well, people will pressure you into doing stuff, and everyone kind of respects having money. So if you're just like, I'm broke, people aren't going to ask you. They're not going to be like, oh, come on, go to the bar, or go on this trip, do whatever. You just like, I'm broke.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, sorry. Like, I didn't know you were in tough times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great excuse.
Man, I should start doing that somehow. I should somehow figure that out.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to pull that one off. Something tells me that's going to be a little harder to believe.
I could say that there's an apocalypse going on. My internals markets are not working.
Yeah, so what you can get? You love doing stuff.
I can just say I have a crippling gambling addiction. Maybe do you think that would work?
What are you trying to get out of?
I don't know.
You love doing stuff. You are the guy that's trying to convince everyone else to do stuff.
Yeah, well, usually
and I'm the guy telling you, hey, I'm broke, I can't do that.
Well, I have to, and I feel like I operate well around it. I feel like I fill in the blanks where they need to be filled in.
Yeah, if you want to do something, you're always willing to spot somebody or cover it.
Yeah, not even spot.
Just I'll handle it.
Yeah.
Which I think if you have significantly more money than your friends, and you want just cover this tab. Like if your friends are making $50K and you're making,
dude, that was why I was at that one birthday dinner. That's why I was so uncomfortable that one birthday dinner. for me that one time, I was like,
Well, we all split it. It wasn't that bad.
I know, but I like it was one of those things where I didn't. It was a nice it was a nice restaurant.
was
so
boa.
and I know, and I went in and I had made the plan assuming that I would be paying for it, so that when it came up, all of a sudden the responsibility was shifted onto everyone. I was like, oh no, this is what I wasn't trying to take you guys here. You pay for this for me, you know?
No, it was no big deal. I remember that bill. I was like, oh, it's really not that bad. We split it.
That makes
We
me feel
split it a
better.
lot of ways. It was no big deal.
Okay, that makes me feel better about that. That makes me feel better about that. But man, and I've seen some big monarchs too. Wow, wow! There's like fucking 10 of them
Take a picture
in my
for
view
me.
right now.
Take a
No,
picture.
you don't get this. No, this is come to LA.
Dude, those monarchs are the grandchildren of the ones that were feasting on my wildflower garden this summer. So you're thanking me right now.
Folks, thanks for listening to the. Wait, were you gonna do a confession, or did we even hear
That-
Did we do a confession?
Yeah, that was the confession. The broke, I'm broke because it's easier.
Oh yeah. He's fine.
Yeah, I not the asshole.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this. I don't know why I was doing that while I'm moving a trash can.
Thank you for
Thank you
getting
guys
that
so much.
trash out of there.
Yeah,
That's been pissing me
Emma,
off.
cut it out.
No, leave that
Cut it
in
all
there.
out.
I want people to know
cut
that
it
you
out.
felt
Cut
guilty
it out.
and sloppy that you left your trash in. How could you?
I did. Thanks, guys, so much for listening to this episode of the Take It Easy podcast. We're going to keep chatting over on the Patreon for a little bit longer. So if you want to go join us over there, it's $5 a month. Patreon.com/takeiteasy.
We've also been playing a lot of Schedule 1.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
Yeah, it was. My baby's trying to even follow the most sort of freedom. Yeah. They don't hear it. That's not crazy. I don't hear it. Even get out. It's Thursdays. Let's see that I ran out of man. First way you the book. Oh, the other one. 20 years ago, teenage girl innocent. Everyone is hiding something. Don't believe those stupid stories about her parents killing her and burying her in the basement. Who said that? What? He was facing a room. It's the murder house. No, don't bother that. This is the murder. Should already know the rest. See how things that say something. A lot of people thought they put in this too. All this, you know, we go around with it.
I've got an update on the carnivore snacks.
We're definitely never getting sponsored by them.
We're never getting sponsored by carnivore snacks. I'll tell you why, Ted.
Why?
They were so bad that when I was eating them, I was like, are these for people? Are these for humans? Because it doesn't taste like humans. So I thought, what's better than I'll give them to my in-laws' dog?
Yeah.
I said, hey, we got you guys really, really nice dog treats. So that's actually currently where they are right now.
Oh, I thought what you were about to say was that the dog didn't like them.
That'll be next week's update. The dog has them right now. I just sent my wife over there.
Tell her to take a video of the dog eating them.
Dry heaving. Throws it up.
just choking, and they're doing the Heimlich maneuver on the dog.
The brisket carnivore snacks might as well have been dog treats because it was abysmal.
For those who don't know, I was persuaded by an Instagram ad to purchase these snacks that I thought would be tasty.
Well, it's all I get advertised now online.
Yeah, because you probably said it too many times on your phone.
Dude, I checked the permissions of my phone. It's not listening to me.
Google has to pay $60 million right now to someone because it turns out that their Google app, the Hey Google or whatever, was listening to you and targeting ads.
How could they? They have my password.
Yeah, they have your pet. That's why I was like, you sure you want Google to have your passwords? As we post this on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, YouTube's in on it, too.
Yeah, they are. They are. They are. It's fucked up.
It's one big conspiracy, and we're the victims.
And we honestly think that Google should probably confess.
Oh, there's the tie-in. There's the tie-in.
Because today, we once again went across the internet. In one place on the internet, on r/confessions.
We've been there plenty of times.
We tried to find the worst confessions on the internet. Let's take a look.
Okay, so first off, going through r/confessions is for the purpose of this podcast
Disgusting.
is disgusting. It is depraved.
I don't think I've ever had to do it before too, because I was like,
the first time that Ted's been forced to go into r/confessions, and now he knows the literal shit that I've been sifting through for years.
I didn't know that you were running a fucking porter potty business.
To bring appropriate confessions to a podcast, you have to sift through the most depraved that Redditors have to offer.
It was tough. I was like, so we're scrolling through r/confessions. We both picked some out each. We don't know what each other picked out. And like I'm scrolling through this thing, and it's like
today I had fucking diarrhea in my pants and then I licked it and I actually liked it. It's like
basically a lot of poop stuff.
Yeah, there was a theme and that was revolting.
There was one that was like about a woman that like pegged her husband and then he like didn't clean his ass out and he like shit everywhere. It was gross.
It was horrible.
It was
I was trying to eat my breakfast. Ted's like relaying story after story after story to me. I was like, you're ruining my breakfast, dude.
There's the gross ones, and then there's just like the sad, depressing ones where it's like I'm gonna die tomorrow, and I haven't told anyone in my family. Or like
I didn't see that one.
oh no, I mean that was maybe an extreme version, but it's stuff like that where it's
yeah.
there was a really sad one where it was a guy who was talking about how he was like in an abusive relationship, like he was hit by his ex-girlfriend for years, and then he was in a new relationship, and the girl turned to him really quickly, raised his arm, and he winced, like he kind of reacted to it, and then got emotional, and then like was telling her about what had happened to him.
That's just sad. I mean,
I know. It was
I don't want to
awful.
dog
I was
on
like,
these
I'm
guys that are having like, these traumatic things, but also I don't really want to hear about it when I'm looking at a couple laughs.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a goop, a little gas.
Also, I'm just realizing how stuffed my towel that I nailed to.
Yeah, it does kind of look like you're hiding from the authorities a little bit.
No, I'm hiding from the sun because it was fucking beaming through my curtains.
The greatest authority in our universe, in our solar system, at least.
Yeah, that's for sure. I have an announcement that let's get the logistics out of the way. Take it easy. We typically try to post on Tuesdays. We will now be trying to post on Thursdays because I got a new job. So that's affecting the
Tucker had his job that required it to be not winter, and now he's got a new job that requires it to be winter. So if anything, you've reached equilibrium now. You've kind of got.
I have 2 jobs for 2 different seasons.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm driving a snowcat at night at the local ski mountain, which is pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's like your favorite. Give Tucker a large piece of equipment to operate, and he is gonna be living like Larry.
Yeah, I love heavy equipment. I mean, who doesn't? Like, as a kid, I was out there playing in the dirt with my Tonka truck.
Well, yeah, but then some of us were like,
some of you grew out of it. And some of us made that our heart's desire.
My Tonka truck was a VHS camera. At a certain
there
point.
you go. My Tonka trucks just kind of kept rolling, and they kept getting bigger.
Yeah, and the same, there's different pathways you can take. Some move into just actually operating heavy machinery. Some end up getting like an RC Tonka truck, and then they start getting into the concept of a small world, and then they become, you know what I'm talking, and they become train people. Like train builders, like like the whole the hobby train stuff, like where you build the whole.
My grandparents, my grandfather built a whole eco-scale model train set, and I would help him build the models as a kid, and I'd paint them, and we would have like cars.
So and you've seen the one that my dad has.
This is 100. You've never been there. It still exists. It's intense, and I keep telling him, I'm like, I'm a grandfather. I am going to on trains. I'm just like looking forward to 40 years from now, just really diving into the train.
When I was a kid, to explain what I'm talking about, so people don't know the context. When I was a kid, my dad built this like. I don't even know what they're really called, but they're basically these like he's into cars. He likes cars, not like in a crazy amount, but like he likes, taking care of his car, and he likes driving a car quickly, and he likes racing kind of, but it's all like kind of vague general stuff, but like enough to the point where he built this track. Well, he built like a center table. Because there's 2 sides to my childhood basement. My parents still live in my childhood, so there's the which is where the fucking first episode Take It Easy was.
You have a finished side and then an unfinished.
We have the finished side, and then we have the unfinished side, which is like the pantry, the workshop, the fucking laundry, the boiler. Well, actually, I don't think that's a boiler. Some sort of fucking machine, and then there's this center sort of tape. In the winter, it becomes wrapping station for Christmas. It's where they fold laundry on, but it's this thing my dad built that it has these hinges, and you can open it up, and there's within it there is this little mini racetrack that has these cars. You put them on, and it's like electric powered. You put them on, and then you have these little devices that have a trigger, and it sends a electric current that makes the car move forward around this sort of track.
I think it's called slot car racing.
I think you might be right. Yeah, because they definitely go into a little. They slot into
like a track.
Yeah.
Yours is the only one I've ever seen in person.
Really? Yeah, it is a very niche, random thing.
It's in the same universe as model trains, for sure.
Yeah, because my dad and I, we went to a model train store at one point, and we like, because I was getting really into like art and drawing and painting and stuff.
Check out these trains and cars. These are cool. These are normal things. And you were like,
So, well, what we did is we, first of all,
you're a great artist.
Crazy. Yeah, this is crazy, and also those same people that make the model train stuff have the fucking glasses that look like they're like a fucking Diagon
It's like the guy
Alley.
in Toy Story 2 who's putting together. He's refurbishing Woody.
Yeah, he's got like 7 different, and you're painting a little tiny figure, right? You know. And so we went to the model train store, and we got like a bunch of foam. We like molded this foam, and then we got this like.
I'm gonna start doing that shit with Ricky. So I like just got some because I didn't have any black, but like the same ones from the other, but the black instead of the other color I usually wear to work.
Yeah.
But dude, they're such fucking good. Like
necessarily
I would never pay 100 for these, but paying 50 for them, like knowing how good they are.
That they're worth 100.
Yeah.
Maybe half.
Dude, because no, I mean think about it.
So it was like
Dockers.
Big.
Yeah.
Anything else I'm gonna buy.
It's all gonna be
The same. They're literally 40 to 50 bucks. I'd rather buy these. They're way more comfortable. Dude, like the fucking Levi's I bought them and they ripped in a week. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck that. Like,
Yeah.
O scale or
Crazy.
HO.
these are just way more fucking worth it
There's all
overall.
scales. So then you buy everything within that. You can make really cool models. It's like I feel like that's something that as a kid I loved. Diorama.
Yeah.
It's like Natural History Museum in Boston. They got like the model of the pyramids and like all the people.
Or the Club Car Cafe in West Concord.
Yes.
When I was a kid, this is a spot in West
We
Concord.
probably
If you're in
went there
Massachusetts.
overlapping because we used to go there a lot as kids.
Yeah, we would go there because we were part of the church in West Concord. And so we would kind of dick around West Concord post-church on Sundays. And one of the, like, you know, we might go do like we might go to Helen's, we might go to Concord Tea Cakes, or we might go to the Club Car Cafe, which at its prime was a sit-down restaurant with waiters, and it was basically a restaurant.
It was an old train
right
station.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was the commuter rail station in West Concord, and I love that place because you got to, as a kid, seeing the train coming is like,
Yeah, the train would come right by the restaurant.
fucking go, dude. Train's coming out. I'm like, that's a fucking monster. That thing should be real.
They got the model train going around the perimeter up top. They got breakfast. You might get a hot cocoa. They've got like a quarter candy dispenser over in the corner.
Absolutely.
Like
Dude,
it had everything.
Seeing a train come in as a kid, the commuter rail is big, dude. They're hunking. You know, I think that's the closest thing at that age to like. That's like. I mean, as a kid, that's like a cosmic wonder. That's like seeing a fucking space shuttle take off when a. You know, it's like the same thing because it's like
I know you grew out of it,
all the time.
but I still feel good when I see a train because the freight train comes through town a couple times a day. I love it. I look every time. How could you not?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. One of the things that I do miss in LA, like the very specific sound from my childhood that I only really get when I visit home for the holidays, is the particular distant sound of the commuter rail passing along, and just hearing it in the distance. That ambient noise is so particular to
cozy, right?
like a suburban. Yeah, it is cozy.
Ours will blow its horn as it's getting near like every crossing, and you can hear it miles away. Like 15 minutes before it it gets here, you can hear it. It's really,
Yeah.
and hearing that like a snowy night, oh, it's really something good about it. See, you still got a little bit of train in you.
Oh yeah, I do. I think the fact that we're still talking about this means that I do.
That's a great point.
There was living in LA now that the sound of an ambient train in the distance has now been replaced with police sirens
Helicopters, dude.
Oh, helicopters.
The LAPD helicopter is just like
they love to circle. They love to circle, dude.
They're always
Sometimes they'll be circling for so long.
The first time you go to LA and you see it, you're like, man, there must be something going on. Maybe there's a chase. Maybe there's a Ford Bronco on the loose.
Well, no, sometimes.
Like,
I mean, most of the time when it's if you see it circling, they're looking for someone.
I always
They're not
feel like,
just doing
are they
it
just
for
like
fun.
looking at like traffic jams and they're like, damn, that looks rough.
I mean, sometimes it could be like the traffic. Well, traffic. I mean, I feel like you don't even need a traffic helicopter anymore because you could probably just look into like Google's API and figure out where are people slowed down, where are people reporting there's an accident, and just mention that it's there.
You could also fly a drone for probably a penny instead of hundreds of diesel.
Yeah, but my LA ambience was replaced with those two things, and then also the occasional sound, especially around New Year's, it gets the most confusing. But the sound of like what sounds like fireworks in the distance, maybe firecrackers, but then you're also like,
Yeah.
there have been times where I'm like, I'll be hanging with a friend or something who's like not from town, and they'll hear that and be like, it's like, oh, it's fireworks. They just set those off sometimes. And then it turns out it was a fucking gunshot. Like, there was a guy who walked outside this store and just started firing a pistol in the air.
Firing a gun in just a city randomly sounds really anxiety. Like, if you go into the woods in the rural America, I'm already like,
I have too much main character energy to worry about dying in that way. I just know that I'm gonna do some fucking. I'm just gonna like. I'm
you think you're gonna get out of this?
I'm gonna live the fantasy that all those self-defense instructors do, where I'm just gonna like, they'll be like, they'll have a gun right here on my forehead, and I'll be like, and I have the gun now.
Yeah.
I'm doing a citizen's arrest.
Citizens arrest. That's some Aldous shit right there.
Oh yeah, trains are cool though. And yeah, in the Club Car Cafe, they had like this train, this little train thing and it's still there. It's still there. It's like you go up an order now. That's the one difference. It's kind of like
I walked in there once and it was bad. This was a couple years ago, but they were already closed for the day. And I just got a bad vibe. This is not what it should be.
Yeah. There was another very specific memory I have. That's like it's specific to if you had.
I feel like it's just second nature.
It just depends on the town I guess you grew up in. But like, if you ever went to the dump with your dad as a kid,
Oh, that was fun.
that's a specific memory because.
You might see the loader just like rip it through trash and moving it.
Well, there's a very specific memory I had with this because what we would do is we'd go to the dump, and then there's like this big like fucking concrete warehouse at the Acton dump.
Yep.
Where you just throw the trash. I mean, they had like these like big dumpsters that you could throw trash in that seemed like these endless holes into nowhere. But the main thing we would do sometimes is we'd just throw the bigger items or whatever into this
onto the floor
concrete area of this concrete building that was like very open, and there was a fucking it wasn't a bulldozer, it was like one that lifts up.
Loader.
Yeah, there was a loader that would drive through there and it would pick up all the trash and stuff, and I was enamored with this machine, and there was a specific word I had for it as a kid, like there was a name for it, and I called it the Big Monster.
It is basically a big monster.
Yeah, and I was always fascinated with be like so when my dad would want to go to the dump, he'd be like, "You want to go to the dump and see the big monster?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, Absolutely, I want to see the big monster. Are you kidding me?" There's such a specific smell from the dump too. It's not like pure trash. It's ambient trash in a way that's almost it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
It's kind of it doesn't smell good, but it's just like unique.
Yeah.
I don't want to say trash.
That's my confess it.
I guess I just confessed that the dump kind of smells good. The Acton transfer station had a very unique smell.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
human waste, but not like human waste. Just like human trash.
You don't need just don't call it human waste. That's
Not
the
human
solution
waste.
to
It's
getting
trash.
to avoiding the confusion.
It's
there.
trash. There's no sewage. It's just trash.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, now I'm still enamored with the big monster. So now I'm driving a big monster.
You're driving the big snow monster.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, nothing about normal driving I think translates to driving. It's pretty fucking.
Does it even have a steering wheel?
No. It has two levers in your left hand, and each lever does each track. It doesn't. It's track. So you're controlling each track, and then the other hand's joystick. It's like a video game.
Yeah, you're stressing me out. You're stressing me.
The first time I got in it, it was like, what the fuck is this?
Which was like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I've only been on it this week.
Yeah, I'm sure you figured it out pretty quickly. I mean, when you applied there, where you were like, I've worked with so much machinery, like this is not going to be a big deal.
Well, yeah, they're like, have you worked with, like what kind of machinery? I'm like, plenty of tractors and mowers and Humvees and tanks, and then I drive a truck, and like I pick it up pretty quick. And,
yeah, that's probably all they need. I didn't get a call, so
they did not call you.
Who'd they call? Well, I'm sure that they would want to know my opinion on the situation for sure. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, because I said, hey, I put you down as a reference. I don't think they called me. It's a pretty chill environment.
Yeah, I don't know if that's one to.
But I don't think there's another spot. I think I got the spot, which is pretty good. I'm stoked. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they wouldn't mind hiring a fucking landscaper veteran. Like, I feel like that's
kind of
exactly
on
what they're
brand.
looking for.
Yeah,
This is exactly the person they're looking for.
yeah, it's exactly the job for me. They're like,
and young too. Like you're not gonna take the day off for some random medical thing. Like,
no, I don't really take days off. I never took a day off at Atlanta.
you got a kid, so they know you're desperate for money.
Yeah, dude, ain't that the truth? Before we jump in the confessions, I just want to shout somebody out. I'm just gonna look up Derek. Go check out Derek. Derek just sent me some wing sauce.
It's like averaging like two shout outs per episode.
Why can't I shout out my friends? Isn't this a
No,
podcast?
you can. This is the first time I've actually said something about it.
Go
You're
check
just
out
smiling and watching.
my good friend Derek, also known as Midnight Underground on Twitch. He does a really good job over there, and you should check him out. There
we go.
And I'll be shouting him out next week too. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm just shouting people out.
There we go. Speaking of shout out, you want to shout out your first confession?
I would love to share this confession. Okay. This is like a 3-paragraph essay here, so just bear with me.
I'm really hoping that we didn't have duplicates either, because we did not double check on these.
We didn't, which is why I have to get first pick here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, r/confessions. Here's the title. I had fleas for almost 3 years straight when I was a teenager. Here's the story.
We didn't. Yeah, there's no overlap so far. This is good.
All right, so bear with me. I gotta get through it. It's a little long. You know how it works.
Here we go.
It's been about 10 years since this happened, and no one knows except for my immediate family. I haven't even told my husband. That's crazy. When I was 14, my friend's dog had fleas, and I caught them. She told me she had lice and used lice shampoo, and that was the end of it for her. I know she had fleas, not lice. We used lice shampoo. We went to a professional after several washes and cleaning my entire room multiple times. We were told I had fleas and not lice. We used flea shampoo, bombed the entire house for a week straight. It just didn't get better. I had very long, thick hair, and I was a girl, so we didn't just cut it off. Fleas are smaller than lice, so they are harder to get rid of. I would sit on the floor in front of my mom every single day, 3 times a day, for over 2 years, while she picked fleas out of my hair with tweezers. Fresh, clean bedding every single day, thinning my hair once a month, cut my hair to the shoulders, no improvement. Bleached my hair, washed with flea shampoo daily, no improvement. Shaved half my head, no improvement. We tried everything, and I tried hard. It lasted 2.5 years. I cried every day and was terrified people would find out or someone at school would see them in my hair. Sometimes they would even fall out on my desk. We really thought we were going to have to shave my entire head. My mom told me we had 1 more week to get rid of them or she would shave my head. Then the fleas just went away. I don't even remember exactly what we had been doing to my hair at the time, but they were gone. It's been 10 years now, and I guess I have some sort of PTSD from it. Anytime fleas or lice is mentioned, I swear things are crawling. I completely flip out. I keep flea shampoo handy. Whenever I feel that way, I have to wash my hair with flea shampoo for days, and I bomb my house. I'm absolutely terrified to get fleas again. That's the story.
Dude, that's horrifying.
That is
2.5 years? My God, especially in high school.
You give me a month with that, head shaved. I don't give a fuck that I'm a girl. I just
Yeah,
wear,
as if
I
that's
just wear a
much
newsboy
distance.
cap.
There's not a crazy distance you have to go there.
Well, no, I know. But if Emma has fleas for 3 weeks, Emma, that's it. Say goodbye. We are not dealing with
that's
that.
It, Emma. That's it, Emma. You're gonna have to look like you're going through something much worse.
Fleas? Yeah. Have you ever had fleas?
No.
Our cat got fleas when I was.
Have you had fleas?
My cat brought home fleas in middle school, so we had them for like a week. It sucked, dude. It sucked. We had to bomb our house. Like cats getting
bomb.
Yeah, you do it's like a smoke bomb. You can't be in the house. It's toxic.
You
fumigate.
You fumigated your house. Yeah.
And
bomb our house.
That's what it's
we dropped a fucking
bombed it,
bunker
man.
on our house.
Yeah, it was awful. You feel them like in the carpet, and they be jumping on your ankles. And once you know that there's fleas, you just your skin's strong all the time. And you're just it sucked. 2.5 years, dude. I would just fucking probably kill myself. Just take the Mr. Schlatt route. Just end it.
Definitely seems like the easier way out in that scenario. Yeah, fuck that.
Dude, the
fuck
quality of
2.5 years.
That's disgusting.
Also, do you know what's funny with that story is that the way it was going, I was totally expecting it to be some sort of thing where she had a younger sister that just had a fucking box of fleas and just kept putting them on her sister.
That would be like the r/confessions kind of evil.
Yeah,
that'd be the evil route. This is kind of just
it suddenly switched. It's switched perspectives, and it was that's what my sister would have made, but I'm actually her twin sister, and I've been putting fleas in her right up until our mom said that she was going to have to shave her head, and I said that's too much.
The thing about fleas, though, is you couldn't just target one person with fleas. If someone gets fleas in your house, I feel like everybody gets it. It's not. They don't discriminate. They're just, they want hair or fur or they want, it's horrible, man. How are you sending, honestly, shoot, super spreader family, they're just sending their kid to school with fleas all the time. I feel like that's not.
Yeah, that probably made it a bigger issue, especially if they're crawling on her desk.
That means
crawling over to someone else.
You're going to school for over 2 years with fleas. Odds are you gave it to a few people.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that's
kind of fuck you. Maybe just shave your head and call it good. And then just I don't know, but that's an embarrassing thing to have as a kid. I mean, it's embarrassing to have it as an adult, but I feel like
it's rough enough to have even acne as a kid is you get acne as a kid, you're nobody deals with what I deal with while everyone has acne at the same time.
You look at a middle schooler, it's gross. Honestly, I feel
I don't think you never really have.
My
acne was never too bad.
been,
You got it on your chin. You got it on your chin a little bit.
I'll get one there. I'll get one in the nook, and then
I feel like I remember there was a period where you kind of got it a lot though on your chin.
Maybe,
but that was the only area or something. I think we called you pimple chin or something. I think that's what we
nobody called for a couple years chin. This is
I feel like everyone was calling.
Ted had bad acne, and this is some projection sick fantasy.
I'm getting to that. But just cover that. I feel like everyone was calling you pimple pizza chin bitch boy.
Pimple pizza chin bitch boy. No, I don't remember that one. That must have just been you.
Well, yeah, no. PPCBB. That's what everyone. It's
PPCBB.
PPCBB.
No one was calling me that.
Pimple
Absolutely
pizza.
Not. I actually
Pizza
think
Pimple Chin Bitch Boy.
people were usually like, "Whoa,
PPCBB.
who is that? Who's that guy with you, Ted?"
Oh, dude, that's PPCBB. I love it. I love that. I love that. It's my favorite memory.
Favorite memory.
Of you pizza pimple chin bitch boy moment. Yeah, no, my acne was really fucking bad when I was a kid, though. So much that I had to fucking nuke it with medication that would have killed an embryo.
Okay. That's not, I mean, that's
Yeah, no, Accutane. You cannot take Accutane if you are pregnant. It is like it'll either kill the baby,
yeah.
or they'll come out like there'll be like birth defects.
Extremely high risk of severe birth defects.
Yeah, like it will.
This is from the FDA doctor.
It will. A baby will come out and look like a fucking like centaur from Fallout.
Those guys can be kind of hard.
They're like masses of meat. What are you talking about? They're like horrifying masses of meat. They're also ridiculous that they call them a centaur because it when you look at them, anything but. It's more like just like if anything, it's just like a mutant meat seal.
Dude, it really is like it's like a sea lion of meat.
Like centaur is just such a strange word to use for it. Like give it the name of this beautiful mythical beast.
You will be pleasantly surprised by what I'm about to tell you. I have started watching the Fallout show.
Okay.
I'm
cool.
3 or 4 episodes into season 1.
Hold that thought. I'm going to write that down somewhere in my mind's eye, and we will talk about that on the Patreon.
Okay.
Fallout. Because we have to stick to that. We have to stick to that.
We do. Ted is a serious Fallout buff, and he's in a little bit of a Fallout frenzy.
Well, because I know. Yeah. Well, because I know that if we talk about it, then we're going to talk about it for the next 20 minutes, and then there's going to be that guy back in the comments who was like, "You guys didn't even fucking talk about the topic of the episode until 40 minutes in."
There's always that guy, and it's you.
There's always that guy.
There's
always that guy. Also, I don't have jaundice, guys. I just didn't want to turn on my lights. And I didn't do it this time either. This is just my fucking window that's open this time. So screw you guys.
The Chuckle Sandwich sign. It's mounted right in front of it.
It's right there. I'm looking at it.
And it's a cool sign. It deserves to be on the wall.
It is, and it looks good. It looks really good.
That's a good office piece.
It is a really good office piece. Maybe I should make one for Take It Easy. That'd be cool. I can put it like up there or something. Take it easy. Okay.
Yeah, your turn for a confession.
My next one. Okay. This is from 6 years ago.
Okay.
We swapped our twin brothers at birth.
Okay. Let me hear it.
When I was 11, my mum... Oh, I think that might be British.
Gross.
When I was 11, my mum gave... No, I'm not going to do that. My mom gave birth to me and my little brothers, identical twin boys. My sister and I, also identical twins, decided it would be funny to swap them. Yeah, that is a thing, by the way. This is a sidebar. That is a thing. I think that, like, if there's twins in the family, the likelihood of twins happening in that genetic lineage is higher. I learned that the other day. Apparently, it like it's like every other generation.
If you put fertility issues on top of that, it compounds because if you do one of the in vitro or something, one of the fertility treatments, that's high risk for twins. So Emma's family has one side of her family has that. So
Emma possibility having twins?
Yeah, like could be.
I mean, if anything, that'll just cover you guys. Like, if you have one more set, then you're like covered for the amount.
No, if we have a set of twins, then the oldest is kind of isolated because the twins are like they're like each other's best friends.
So you need to have
a trait to even it out. Because the oldest and the youngest would probably end up being really close. Because
what if they're triplets?
Because when you master the trade,
then we're fucking That's it.
Yeah.
Then it's like fuck all those three. I just be friends with my kids.
Don't you think if there were twins, then maybe the older one would like rule them?
Maybe I would let him rule.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll say. if it's twin boys, it'd be an issue. If it's twin girls, I don't think it'd be a problem.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
If we have twin boys next,
because then it's like you've got the old because then you've got the situation where it's the older brother, but then honestly, I really don't think that it would be much of an issue at all. I think if you started with twins and then you had a younger,
that would definitely be
I think
worse.
because the power dynamic helps. You know, this is an older brother. Would you really have an issue if your sisters were twins?
No, probably not. I guess having that like you're the oldest, you're the favorite, you're the best thing that's ever happened to your parents. You were the initial joy. You were just the light in their life. You're everything to them. You always will be.
I think the only scenario in which it could be a thing is like there wasn't like any sort of age gap. Because they're not equals. They're really not.
No, the oldest will always reign supreme over the youngest.
Exactly. So I think that you wouldn't really run into much of an issue at all. I don't think you need it for. I mean, you could. You're certainly allowed to, but
it's certainly been a conversation. But you should finish your story because we got sidetracked.
Yeah, I think I just convinced you there with just a few sentences. So I'm feeling pretty proud of that. Okay. My sister and I also went, so when she was 11, mom gave birth to her little brothers. They're identical twin boys. My sister and I, also identical twins, decided it would be funny to swap them. They had bands on their wrists identifying them, but we were able to ease them off and swap them. We then placed them in each other's cribs. We did it because we thought our parents would realize straight away and laugh since they were able to tell them apart. Since they were able to tell us apart even when we swapped clothes. However, they didn't. A while later, possibly a few weeks to a month, we decided to swap them back because we gradually became scared they'd find out and we'd get in trouble. We swapped their baby grows that had their names on. I don't know what baby grows is, but
clothes maybe?
Oh, baby clothes that had their names on. But by that time, my mom had gotten used to their faces and individuality and asked what we were playing at swapping their clothes. We never told her that we were actually trying to reverse an original and successful trick because we knew she wouldn't believe us or be furious. So we're the only family members who know that they're swapped and that the eldest is actually the youngest. Only one of our best friends knows the truth. They are 16 in December. We plan to tell them one day because they have a right to know, but neither of us have the balls at the moment.
That's awesome. Because, like, yeah, they should know. There's really no consequence to swapping your twins' names. Because, like, they had to have been really little when they did it. Like, 1 month or 2 months old or something.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is a deleted account and there's no update either, which is a bummer.
Maybe shit went south when they told them.
Well, they posted this during lockdown, and they said when lockdown is over, we're going to go bite the bullet and speak to their parents face to face and tell them. But also, it's like, I mean, I guess it would, if I was the twin and I spent my whole childhood just being told that I was like slightly younger.
Yeah, like that would grow on you. That would
affect the dynamic. And I think for the one that thought they were older the whole time, crushing.
Yeah, they go into deep depression. They go to the bottle.
A crushing blow. They go to the bottle. They are fucking doing Jaeger shots.
I bought Jaeger recently.
They're fucking experimenting with drugs and sex and STDs. You know, it's rough. But I think that's a pretty good one.
That is a good one. Yeah, that is a dilemma, but not really. That's good. That's good. I mean, it's not like the end of the world.
It's starting now.
I've also
Alrighty.
a one-liner. This is a one-liner from 6 years ago that didn't have any sort of thing. When I was 11, this is just kind of funny. When I was 11, I didn't know the difference between a veteran and a veterinarian, and I thanked the lady who put my dog down for her service.
That's like a reasonable confusion as a kid, I'd say.
It's just funny where it's just like she just killed her dog. She's like, thank you for your service.
I mean, that is a shitty job. Like, I think that they should probably be thanked. Like, who wants to put down dogs all day?
Yeah, especially when, as a veterinarian, you have to go into that job because you really like animals.
Yeah.
And then for that part of that job is to be consistently and frequently exposed to the death of them is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, because who do you know that
But I
they're?
guess they're also saving animals.
Hey, Siri.
too,
I
but,
feel like they
2
are
hours.
putting down more animals than they're saving. Because how many people's pets die from, like, we're talking dogs and cats. How many people's dogs and cats die from natural causes? I feel like most of the time I hear people like, yeah, we had to put my dog down.
I think that, man, I mean, I imagine that the rate of dog death has to be higher.
Well, all dogs die.
Sure, but like
Than cats.
in terms of like the generational movement of dogs means that death
It's
is
about
lower
family.
on average for that species.
Family.
We celebrate 60 years of Super Bowl excellence. Super Bowl MVPs representing all players who shined on this day.
Oh, these are some OGs.
Jalen Hurts. Yes, one.
OG Steve Young, I remember that. He's a better Memphis Smith, I used to have his shoes and a Cowboy jacket. Be like, man, hey, man, bros. Tom Brady, Thomas Brady. He's like, I'm gonna go. You call me Denzel Timothy. Joe Montana, too. You know, he's in the San Francisco 49ers back in the day. Jerry Rice, that's a movie one, too. Yeah. Those are like literally, that's a lot of like, you don't even need to know football to recognize those names. They're so bad, they're like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Opening Green Day. Got money in the halftime, not bad. Not that would change everything they already have to pay for games. You have to realize this shit is not seconds. Every second is millions of dollars. I think too, on that code, it's gonna be like eggs, no daily. Yeah. It's only great for the pot. By the time the game gets over, it's still not even gonna be dark. And usually, that's when they get a Super Bowl game, it's dark. You know what I mean? Like, they're over here, and they start at 6, and it's dark. Dude, they were doing, they do all this big shit the week before this. They had the nuclear jet flying over, looking for fucking radiation and shit like that in there. All they did about that, yeah. Bro, you'd be so stupid to give it a crime in San Francisco this week. There's elevated, but and like if the president were to like swoop in or something like that, just hang high five that money. Yes.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, great. But it's like dying. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like even at school, he's French. Yeah, you don't see anyone really strong. No one's wearing color or anything to it. Yeah. A lot of social media. I gave myself like I portioned the balls and I gave myself the rest and like I got little spider frost. All the legends up there with it. Oh yeah. Yeah. And a lot of them are probably really bad. Not just like acting, like you're like I really do listen to this guy. The greatest now, I don't think it's smartest. Something like straight out. So even they do these so groundbreaking. It's 3+ hours. So you can tell us best what it means to these players that be on the field. Because for them, this is going to last forever. This they truly last forever, regardless of the outcome. I understand that as well as everyone. And this is also the strangest part of this thing. You know, locker rooms are usually, you know, so loud and crazy, and now it's really not people are playing. And it's players are not used to having this much time growing up and then going to the game. 1 hour before kickoff is when they went back into locker rooms. So they're all cool. Yeah. Really sessions. Really, right? It's probably a little bit here with the weather in the playoffs. But one year you're barely missing out on that MVP award. And Sam Darnold, I think he is playing his best football in the playoffs. The Mariners are still out there. They're not going anywhere. And he is now just throwing it away from a Super Bowl ring. And what glorious, I hope you say. And against you, and a place he is very familiar with. Sam Darnold was back up in San Francisco 49ers 2 years ago. 10 years ago, teenage Rick May to the crowd on the Super Bowl 50. And I mean, in the Bay Area for the Lombardi Trophy and Super Bowl 64. Teams take the field, and we know it. So that's two of us.
Let's see. 2 hours.
How do I communicate better?
Great question. And through communication with the became very close. Here's some techniques you can use.
Did you hear that?
What? Oh, it's the Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, yeah. It's a new cougar light. That was okay. It wasn't really a cougar fucking commercial. Okay. Like, I want the new cougar light.
Yeah. They're making fun of opening acting. They have their whole Super Bowl campaign. I've already watched all of them. They're just fucking hilarious.
I saw the 50 Cent ad already. For DoorDash.
Oh, yeah, what is it?
Oh, here. Yeah. Yeah. Wicked is on here too. I mean, I've seen the first. Have you seen the first one? It's like. It's in row. Or no, they're like. Depends on it's like whatever. It's like the Wizard of Oz, the elaborate story.
That's what it means.
He did from a city. He didn't ever go to college. Sydney, Australia. Yo, what's that? Well, it's probably like a Make-A-Wish kid right there. I bet it's gotta be a Make-A-Wish kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Making sure he was in the shop.
But he did this. So they need to my first behavior is gonna get bigger. Seattle favorite on the best. By how much? Do they say it's point spread? Google search what's the point spread. There's a Vegas point spread.
The point spread. Seattle wins 5.
So it definitely, that's the thing. I mean, I think it could be, which means this could be a good game. Like, it's not going to be a dominating Super Bowl. Still tough to watch. How much? And the difference in the way that they give the
RF are
Patriots are fucking. Team captain.
Super Bowl.
Let's be there, ready to get it all for however long it takes. Me and my team are ready, so.
They already did, they put it down in 20 bucks.
The offensive player of the year.
They might do like, I think we'll still see like legions, you know what I'm saying? They're not just regular.
We're ready.
You and your teammates consistently talk about how special it is to do this with this group of guys. What gives you confidence in this moment?
They guys, we earned the right to be here. Every step of the way, these guys earned it. We deserve to be here, and it's just time to go out front and go play for one another.
Exactly. Now we are Melissa Stark on the Patriots sideline. Drake May. Drake, 10 years ago, you were here as a fan with your dad watching the Super Bowl. What is it like to be on the field getting ready to play? Much better to
Gotta get a win.
You are going
Probably a little break.
They've allowed the fewest points in the NFL this season. What's the key for you in this offense?
Winning. Winning. You know, I'm pulling fit. Midwestern.
All right, one note. Like throwing shoulder.
I mean, it's no Tom Brady. My shoulder's good. Like it didn't ding dong. Brady, carve.
Super Bowl.
We call it poppers. Poppers, we put this into this. Into this. And we're in the same den.
It didn't end well. I just think one of the puppy animals. Yeah, that's I can tell by the
That called football. Any better word? I just want to say. Here we go. I love him. Every detail of the season adds up to right now. Every check. Every comment. Every kick. The kicker season. Whether your team's in it or not, one night, we're winning it again. Here's the one last run.
Maybe what sports in the
Tonight's kickoff show is presented on TV. Right, free, cancel anytime.
will commemorate 2.5 centuries of freedom, unity, and the founding ideals set forth in the Declaration of Independence. The National Football League, Seattle Seahawks, and New England Patriots are proud to stand with the Americans who did this initiative to celebrate this historic milestone. During spirit in America, 2014. Performing from America the Beautiful, 11-time Grammy Award-winning artist from Washington State, Wendy Arado.
Look at this spectacle here. Look at this, bro. This is crazy. Will, dude, look at they got this stand. So, like, strategically, they literally have everybody in the stands holding up. They're literally spelling shit out of the stands.
Oh, yeah. Well, what did they smell?
It's like saying it's like America. It's like it's red, white, and blue, and like you can wait till they go back to it. They gotta go back. Wait till they get the aerial view when it's looking down. Like, dude, the fact that they're all just random fucking fans actually doing it, though. You know what I mean? Like that's like, man. But if they pay like $1,000 a ticket, well, like I wouldn't be doing something. I don't want your carpet. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see what man, that felt America. Like, USA. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's wild. Like, they're literally just on a fucking in the middle, just sitting on a fucking airstrip right now, about to get shot at by combatants. Like, standing attention. Right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, you know what I mean? Like,
The fact that this can stop military operation.
Returning to design our final performance in American Sign Language is Fred B. Now, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome multi-platinum award-winning artist and composer, Charlie Booth.
Charlie's on.
Nice.
Daytime fireworks is like smoky or that's the kind of shit that like the night games it's like an event, like yeah. Like with the halftime show and everything, it's like that's gonna be daylight. That's like you know what I mean? That's how I feel like because it's not even a dome, you know, it's a that's a wide ass right now.
Oh god.
Yeah, a lot of times. But
You know they have to make sure they were
they're like, we're not risking this doing this, but look at that. Right overhead. You're like, dude, that's like that's pretty huge.
thinking about the
And I mean, because yeah, they came from a base pipe, you know what I mean? And how it was far away. Yeah, there's been the smoke out probably. Get the live on board with energy. Wake up. Yeah, that's what, dude, it started 30 minutes ago.
yeah, it's not even
We're probably not going to see the actual kickoff for another 30 minutes. The rest of this shit will be pretty. Because they just got past kickoff. Green Day play, you know what I mean? Like, you had 3 fucking different singers just now. It's crazy, I heard. Matthew Lillard is coming back. He fucking died in the first. Remember?
yeah.
Remember? Matthew Lillard was one of the bad guys. They both died.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Dude, they bring everybody dead back. It's like you die in a movie, it doesn't mean anything.
This year, every American child gets an investment account, and millions will be pre-funded. We can all experience American dream. Not in the end.
We're gonna make $54 billion so far on one platform. That's one of the platforms.
You got Index, you got Bookies doing it, you can go down to Hard Rock, you can Hard Rock Bet, there's on FanDuel, there's DraftKings, there's literally. Yeah. I would say FanDuel, fucking Hard Rock, and fucking DraftKings.
Those are
Yeah, biggest. There's a winter happening right now. 2 more years. That's how it is. It's like it's every 4 years, every 2 years. Olympics are every 4 years.
what about
Right now, it's winter games. Winters and summer are 2 different fucking Olympics. It's like, yeah, like they're all events. They don't do the same. It's not Olympics with everything. It's not. It's like they have the winter games and the summer games. And then every 4 years or both. Both are every 4 years. So it's all for 4 years. So every 2 years there is an Olympics. But like the 5th year is winter. Yes. And in 2 more years there'll be a summer game. 2 more years after that, another winter. Again. And they plan this shit out like when they're making contracts right now for like the 2050 Olympics. It's like that hard. Like they knew they had the Olympics in LA 10 years ago. Because the construction, the everything. Yeah. Those stadiums and shit, you know what I mean? They can't find out the year it's gonna happen. Never. You have to have like a 15-10-year plan to like move into. And then like I said, it's not just like where we want to fit. Billions of dollars. All your hotels are full, everything, like your city just manufactures money. Sometimes they won't let the city like take it like you need roads, you need like you need just build everything, the house, you know what I mean? Like LA is already a city, they have the base still. And I had it, in 96, right? I went to 96 when the Bonnie River. Remember that? Not where I was. I was in the same area that I was like today. What do you got here? Oh God. Peyton Manning.
Super Bowl 40 on MVP and Super Bowl 50 champion played right here in the Vegas.
I do it. I'm Peyton.
3-time Super
There we go. There we go. Joe Montana. Guy was a fucking beast, bro. Look how small he is compared to the other dudes. When he was a beast, like, he was like a fucking Brady back then. He's a totally different being.
A treasure of our nation's founding, designed by Benjamin Franklin, commemorating 1770.
Peyton Manning really changed up the game because he was doing it. He was like, no, he was the quarterback and fucking out on play from the fucking line. Usually they're calling plays in, like they trusted Peyton Manning to run the team. You have to like, that's crazy. He was doing all sorts of more. Yeah, they do quick huddles real quick, just fucking on the line, just line up, fucking run back real quick.
Congratulations, gentlemen. For one of your conference championships, and welcome to Super Bowl 50. I'm Sean Pierce, and I'll be with you. If you have any information, you make a call. In my hand, the clear of the coin, the lady of liberty is represented. Head, and the side set. Fill my time. Put the honor. Heads.
So they get to pick. They don't have it next to the team. So they're taking, they're deferring their choice. So what they want to get the ball. That's usually the traditional, like, you do not want to get the ball in the first. You see what I'm saying?
It's kind of like
Look at momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd rather pick defense and shit right now because at the halftime, you want to start the second half with possession.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like, that would be that's why they said. Every once in a while, those different Steve, you know what I mean? Most people are going to kick.
We are interrupting our coverage. There has been a threat to publicly release government material when shouted in secrecy.
Oh, my friend showed me this. This looks good. It's like a new science. I mean, not like the same, but like Spielberg's doing this, but this looks like this should look pretty cool.
What are you gonna do?
Dude, June's lit. June's got fucking that plus fucking Master of the Universe in June. June's lit. Movies are lit this year, bro. End of the year, it's just that. Doom and Doom on the same day. It's called Doomsday. Yeah, because it's Doom and Doom are coming out the same day. Fucking, so you got Marvel versus fucking Doom. That's two huge franchises. Yeah. And they're just so big that it's gonna be kind of weekend where people go see one and see the other one the same weekend. Like, they're both gonna have huge parts. Yeah, Barbie. Yeah, it's like Barbie with a girl with the teeth.
Don't say that. Join us on TV for free and see why it's the #1 on TV service. NBC Sports welcomes you to the holiday special presentation of the National Football League Super Bowl 60.
Clean, look like tropic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need battery or anything? Good.
Not good. I had it put it in.
I think it's the fact that it's the ramp up.
Yeah. People are all.
Yeah, everyone's third.
The first play of the playoffs for the Seahawks will get returned touchdown to the win. Cincinnati, Super Bowl 10. Seattle offense will take over. 1 year ago today, Super Bowl Sunday, they had no idea who the Seattle Seahawks came off the 14th season with Minnesota. His free agency, Geno Smith was the Seahawks quarterback. Seattle Seahawks was their deal done. From the free agency market, is now Sam Darnold. Here he is starting the Super Bowl. Absolutely perfect. You're going to see the matchup right there. Jones, I don't think he can believe he missed it. You know, we're going to take those Jones for a while. 53. Interesting with both of these teams, they want to undercut one round. That was dropped in perfectly was the catch. Got the line quickly there, 1-10-4. So check the front, Darnold standing above the open, piece of the line. Incomplete, that many meters told us to the line and skip off. No question about it. They were trying to get up here because they knew there was a little bottle, a little question about whether or not that was there. Well done on the part of Jim. We're going with tough chance. Ball was moving, the team maintaining control. Again, clear and obvious to be the only reason replay will come in. Otherwise, you got a chance to take it up. Well, turn the ball out from top to the goal referee with us throughout the game. You need a good one up. That 15-yard line with the third and 8 walkers for the script in these playoffs. 38 rushes, 178 yards, 4 touchdowns. Yeah, I'm certain. The New England Patriots love to play man coverage. One of the interesting tests here is whether or not they're going to be willing to play man coverage in tight situations against these three wide receivers. That's exciting to hear. Down the street. Davis has the coverage for field goal attempts of the game. And we are seeing the New England Patriots secondary watch some jumping routes in here. The passes that were completed down the field were so close to being hit, and it looks like the Patriots have come out here and decided, look, we're going to take our shots. We're going to go try to get the football away from Sam Darnold. They have been very impressive so far. Jason Hines want to get better. Good season. They get from 33 up. We'll see the first punch of the game. 8 plays, 51 yards. Down the field. The third zone. The three flights of double team. I think Pringle. Guys, hit the ball.
So you guys just that super, right? Did they just explain themselves? Yeah. Split it on a prayer and get saved on. So you're not great. This is really being live.
From the Super Bowl in Sunday left. Tonight, live at the game on DraftKings Sporting Worship. Here's so many live battle. For New England next CD. So now all that's missing turns. When you're live, anything can happen.
Yeah, a lot.
I got myself.
We got this. Super Bowl 60 on NBC is hosted by Big Bowl Zero. Zero alcohol, just 29 calories. By Turkey Sportsbook. By All Beach Law. By State Farm. Stop living on a prayer. Get State Farm. And by Law. 850.
So the big stuff, the hometown for these players in the Super Bowl, and that's North Carolina. In year 2, step on the Super Bowl field for the first time. Here's Manning. With the Patriots. That's 14th season, the number 2 seed. Field now versus the Shadows. After 48 consecutive times, the Lions who had a great season, had the most points of anyone in the NFL. They just can't get away. Breeze Williams and Ethan Love. The senior champ. And it's Harris Johnson. Very good upset team. Patrick O'Connell. Tackle there. And here comes Rick Bay. The 34-yard line. So Warren Carolina, Thursday, wins college football at Chapel Hill. Number 3 overall pick by the Patriots, and really lost here in year 2. So we're up to the December to lead in the first on the third one. A little bit shaky on Will Campbell there, but that is Stevenson making the catch. We had might have back in the day when he was playing in high school. And or like when he went to the coach to the other one, he down and called the game. Well, the Patriots, first down front by Ramondre Stevenson on the right side. He's around the 45-yard line. So both teams settled in here offensively. running the football here early in the game. If they can do that, it's going to take pressure off that left side of the ball. Will Campbell and Jared Wilson. We often get right back into the quarterback, and Jared Paul one of the more powerful in Seattle. You can tell right now, just a little bit, knows the weakness on that left side of the offensive line.
Thank you.
Nope. So I kicked in. The other guy scored. They got good goal after possession. The opposite looking good. Old.
And right now, it's been Seattle and their creativity on the defensive side really saved that product.
Seattle defense, attack. There's so many people around the football. You watch the tackle, you see a lot of blue shirts around the ball. That's what made this up, right? Sparrow with the big forward wiggle. Couple will try to get the sheets and he take. Number 8 goes forward, experiment, inside 10. Right, Seattle again. Second base is only goal, 0-60. Seahawks.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us. We keep pushing forward and with a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. It never gets any easier. It's harder to break.
There we go. Why did they not go for fucking May the 4th? That's the easiest clap in your fucking department. How are you missing that? You're not even out. You can't make May the 4th. You shoot the weekend before. Why are you smoking it the weekend, like 3 weeks after? That's just poor planning. You're ready. Shoot the fucking gap, bro. Get a May the 4th fucking. Dude, May the 4th with you, bro. You have to take off work for that, you dumbasses. Like, but to even not be out for May the 4th, you know how big their sales would be? Bro, everybody would be going to see baby fucking Yoda on May the 4th. I'd be one of them. Like, how do they not see that? Who wasn't like, if you're not ready by May the 4th, you're fired. And then, like, get it done. The fact that you're ready on the 22nd and you weren't on the porch.
Again, if you rely on sight, you're already blind.
Stay tuned for that.
Uh-oh. Yo.
What's that?
That fucking say,
They have stupid profit. They're not even the product stupid. There's probably one on the street. Like, you know what I mean? That's literally like.
That's okay. Second, beverages brought to you by Piccolo Ultra. And settle in here. We got it. We got it.
And then the crowding areas are insane.
Spent there a weekend in the city of San Francisco. Going down here to this game. And it's all over that. Scandal starts around 10. This is the tape my company. Stay up there looking for Robert Slade to get over there and sense it. Well, they told us Sam Darnold and a little Brett Marvin, and I'm starting to believe it. He is throwing into tight windows here. That one just barely had enough room. And so far, it has been the pressure of the secondary that really has impressed me. Darnold's going to take a shot on the back end of it. It almost looks like defensively, New England thinks they need to win the game on this side of the ball. Great ball. Playing with the best Anthony Jennings today. Montgomery. Maybe that's it. Offensive player of the year in the league over 4. Send the third head coach. Play receiver in the National Football League. Watching Jackson Smith and Jigba this week. It was like, I just thought that. Practice not wanting to be. There's been nobody even cover them going on this year. Year 3 at Ohio State, he has been sick.
Oh, no. So they're picky. So there's a turn. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to kick. They're so far back. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not in field goal range. They got to punt because it's not close. If they give them the ball right here, bro, that would be devastating. That's like a inside the 20. So they're going to kick and try to push that back, which will probably go to like the 30 or something like that. Look, right here, pumping. They're to the punt. This isn't a kickoff. This is where you get it. And then he's like I said, look, you have to sit around 35.
35, right? So it's at 3 up, 6 and 7 there in the first quarter. Pass ball, Seahawks +3.
The thing is, dude, there's a difference in the rules and shit between college and NFL. Like the way that they do all the challenges and shit. It's like I don't keep all this numbers or all that shit anymore. But it's so technical. Because they have things like now, like it's not just that you can challenge a play, they have like auto challenges, you know, like so what probably happens is player that basically they'll challenge for you. You know what I mean? That also means when your challenges out. So, you know, like, whether you like it or not, you're using a challenge all the time out. You know what I mean? Like there's so many nuances to the rules. And going into overtime and shit like that is one of the crazier things. Like they did in college, but they do it when they do in NFL, it's totally different. So you can it's like if in overtime, like say they score, you don't necessarily get that chance to come back. Like that's it, you know what I mean? Like, but hey, like one of you do get a chance. It's weird. Like that's I that's why I get all. Yeah, like at the end, like say like sit in like Indiana, I think you maybe end in a time college. They do not do that. You know, keep going. But it used to be like where you go into like an overtime, overtime would be like a quarter. So like if you didn't finish your regular game time, you added 15 minutes on the clock. Not to where you just go until someone wins, scores, and then at the end, you know what I mean? That's like that's what I'm saying. The big difference. I think like something too like have to go over 2-point conversions in overtime. Like you don't have the option to kick that extra point after. You know, you feel like you have to go for the 2 points. Yes, like those. I don't know. Certain things like that. I think that's the technicalities of one. Is that open AI conversion?
Super Bowl 16 show launches performance, and then here is biggest hits speech of audio. Patriots.
Sometimes the sleeper commercial, once you didn't think about, are the best ones.
Almost all zone coverage when you're talking about Seattle, and you can see that Rick May no longer takes off the one when he's stepping up in the pocket. He is become a quarterback. He is looking for that ball down the field, and he can dissect those zone defenses. His receivers, Rudy and Boyd, are really good at that. Curtis Jones and Trey Thomas, both linebackers there. Got to shake and watch Trey Thomas when you go early in the year. But this guy, the little firefly, and he just fires. Anytime he thinks he sees something, he is sprinting to the ball. And pretty much this defense, you will see 8 or 9 guys in the frame. And every time they really must. Second 14. Corners, it plays like that. They bring pressure. It's their ball. But they bring pressure here, and they know what the line is. And so then they would simply send somebody directly there. So they're understanding completely what the offense, the Patriots are, and they're adjusting to it against the Patriots.
Look how much you lost. Right there, they just got back that. Then they go yellow. On back there, or they literally it's like 35. Look, so it's 4 to 25. They have their kick. You know what I mean? They're not shot. Good job. You're not.
17 sacks. Great man in this postseason.
Netflix if you the sleepy in June.
Something like that. I don't possess many talents, but I know better than getting away with a good story.
Millions of people suffer from exploded head every single day. Not for you. That's why I teamed up with Liquid Death, developed their new better for you nation. It has 100 milligrams of even plus essential vitamins and zero sugar, and it's guaranteed to not explode your head.
Can I get six pack quickly? Perfect. That's a clear and achievable goal. But confidence isn't just built on snacks. The insole that add one vertical inch of height and help short kids stand tall.
You have the in the responses. That's why. Yeah. Something the back.
Yeah, you know, you always see on the here and the heat. They added a little heat over here. Yeah, but they have these ones on.
You are signing up here, we're going to the next football game, president. I mean, it's really done, and they expect us up there. Wow. We made that secondary defense well with all the blitzes. It may well come down to the way they're undercutting routes for the somehow the defense turnover might be
It's transfer. I'm not thinking about the names and anything, you know, being right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
That's what it's about.
What do you get a data center? Like an hour. Data center. And our office came all the way to Europe.
Oh, yeah.
That's like right up north of town. I told you, like, they're trending. They're trying to turn Colony County into the next Silicon Valley. Like, they're making big steps for that. That's.
So, like,
they just block and then we're going to escape and just catch it, see if we can run for a first down. So there is something to be said for that in this game. How can your quarterback get the ball out of his hand and not let his defense quit? Right now, the defense is really
So it's a tight game this season. No touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? For no touchdowns.
Because this is simply the way it is in Super Bowls. It's all everybody has 2 weeks to get ready, and they got a lot of time on their hands. They have plays, and sometimes it's the old smash mouth that works best. It will be fun, which is that's the way you get that on the smash. And those people are I mean, this is getting wild, right? It is haymakers being thrown by both defenses.
They did some. Back in the day, you used to have little flying around doing that. That and like wires, carrying cameras and shit across. Rings. Yeah.
You can feel now, right? So early in this game, the 2 quarterbacks like, I can get that in there, I can get that in there. And all of a sudden now, it's starting to dawn on everybody. This might be a defensive game. I can't give them, right? I can't keep throwing them into those tight situations and get on a big play the other way. Jones is historically wonderful. TV loves to report. Patriots, Kitty on the sideline. He's got a great seat. Sandler supporting the Patriots and among the luminaries on the hand. So like that for the Super Bowl. Everybody's named everyone else. It means lead events. Here, never fair. 132. It's from Andre Stevenson. Quickly navigated 5. Reached the end of this first quarter. It was Jason Myers' 33-yard field goal, the opening drive for Seattle. And it won. Here in Santa Clara, Seahawks 3 and Patriots nothing. So glad you're with us for Super Bowl 60, which continues on NBC. After these.
Just let me think.
One last. Yeah.
Oh, Dave. That's all Dave. Now they always have Dave. You never have one. Bring it. No, but look at that shit commercial.
Watch it rear pass. It's the football, that's 2026, with Reed, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, for the Patriots, great from military, Hunter Frank, in the area. Sorry, what's tonight, at the game of six, some conversation, but we should not get in it. Appreciate the conversation, but what a class the Hall of Famers will see in summer and Candle High. I like class that didn't get it either. It's conversation, but the Belichick Robert Kraft and all the Patriots' success over the years. Look forward to seeing all those greats. Let's see the gun line go. We're watching Breeze, Fitzgerald, and Keeley out there on the field. First fellow guys. Like every time I watch this race, they're right. Slinging. What do you think of your slinging with Seattle 3-0? You know, they've had answers for everything so far defensively, and it seems the more impressive these defenses play, they get better, and they haven't been shut down yet. So, hey.
Oh! That was almost.
Just off on that hit. I know that he was trying to back shoulder Henry here a little bit, but a little too far behind him. And we need to see when England get the ball in the hands of some of their playmakers. So I think it would be a good place to start. I think this is a little bit of a concession here. I just gotta say what I'm thinking. I think they are playing this game a little bit just like they did Denver a week ago with the snowstorm. But this defense from Seattle's having the same impact as the snow. We're waiting for him. Another long game. Sam Darnold, finally from San Clemente, California. That beautiful Southern California city, the USC, third overall pick, 73 with the Jets. 3 years, it was traded to Carolina, some injury. Came to San Francisco here, and he backed up Brock Purdy of the team that wins the Super Bowl. Then as a free agent, Minnesota 14 and 3, they get to the playoffs. He didn't win the last 2 games on 3 market. 14 next year, 14 back-to-back. Tom Brady game. Press the start. Darnold was worked the Seahawks. The Super Bowl season. They are shut downfield for sure.
Oh.
Second point in time. Play by the Patriots. And here's what we're going to have to see out of both these teams tonight. Take some shots. Throw the thing up the field. Give your playmakers the chance to make some plays. But Christian Gonzalez, I'll tell you, that is a tough assignment. Sheet Shaheen, and he can fly. You have to go down there. That is a beautiful time to play. Work Shaheen. His head up there.
Whoa. 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 That's huge. That's huge. Saw that? That's massive. Now they just like, they just pushed the momentum. Like, now they could like, dude, that's crazy. I was almost like, you don't have to move, and then all of a sudden this guy is broke.
And for the moment off the field rule, but it is late pass. But one of the things that's going to decide this game is the play he just ran is called an outside zone, right? And you're going to run at the edge of the defense. And if you can keep going with his speed, to see some big plays in the running game. And any sort of breakout play in this one so far, he feels significant.
And Zach Charbonnet, he is the guy who won the last round. He was a champ in the divisional round.
I mean, they're at least going to get a build. They look at some of that. Maybe he's in the Reds. He's in the town.
Also one of those guys that's sort of built like a tank. You know, he's not very tall, but he's squarely built and he knows how to attack. Like too.
30 and 29 yards on this drive. He's up to the right zone. Second time.
Running again. Oh, God.
Which you can see, he's one of those guys that really just, when he gets the ball in his hand, right, he just kind of takes his time. And he's like, and then boom, and something happens really quickly. And if he can get in space, I think people are stunned by how fast I was when we were watching it.
It was eye-popping right on the practice field. The player said, yeah, it was Thursday practice. He was bound to win. People were pumped because they announced against the government.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Damn, I was going to say, that was almost all the way.
It's a huge shot Smith. We get him on chase on hit. Look at this man.
They just want Sam Darnold because they got a set coming inside, and so there is nobody there to want chase on.
Right on the guy in front of him. But he already threw it, but he got rid of that. And going back, that would have been like, oh, that would have been. But now that just changed all the momentum in those huge plays. Think about it, you know what I mean? They had all those huge runs, and then what just happened to them now? Now they're dealing with it. They're not doing anything.
A little bit of a concession right there too. So we're seeing how both offensive play callers understanding real estate is going to be something to buy out here tonight. And they are willing to run the ball on third and long just to get the field goal kicker out there.
That's the 14 on their first drive, 7 for 3.
I mean, this was isn't great though, because all they need to do is one touchdown. You know what I mean? They don't just tie up, they take the lead. They only got 6, you know what I mean? 6 is great. 6 is an awkward, you kind of hate 6, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you have 2 field goals, but all you need is and not just that, but remember at the beginning of the game, who gets there at the end of this quarter, Wiggins getting the ball again. So, you know, like, really they need more momentum. Especially after that fucking run, like, to not see late in a touchdown, that's like, yeah, actually, that's kind of crazy because that was the mascot. The captain
Each fancy makes their easy look and eat and make these stores feel best. Start the basic. They just say WTR. Whether they're win.
I know they made it back. They have one copy.
Take the offensive player of the year to target 6 times already, with just 1 reception. And Marvin has saved one of his own for his last 5. Patriots defenses kept Seattle take check, except for the 2 long runs by him. And it lost at 30 and 29 yards on the last drive. But you feel also Anderson, Patriots had it 3 times, they punched it all 3 times. The Myers will pick away both guys go back and forth and to the end of the touchback. Cleveland will have good field position here. Runs around 4 wins the last couple of years for the Patriots. Mike Freeman was hired to place the Brownvale back coach. And a lot of folks come in and didn't take major rebuild focus. 30 players for his first year with his team. That's the most ever for a single team. Both sides of the ball, veterans brought in. The postseason 17-3, 13 more wins than last year. Never be done in the division. The AFC teams. You said that great offense with the right for New York. And person mark for it, I love it. We've missed it. Like Vrabel this season this week. Veterans in each position. Defense back all the way across. He's really built a great team around him. And it's opening stage for the team when he first got there, you will respect everyone in this building. And it almost shut up the players. They were talking about winning and working hard. They were talking about respect inside the building.
No. That's a third base sack. That is still now it's like third and how long like this fucking super long. Third and 17. All you're trying to do now is to get closer.
Down, everybody sorted out. Manage their proper side here. The alternate officials as well. We see there.
Whoa. They want to yell and scream.
Respect the sideline. Once he is out. And that's made up for a little slice on people like being 7 days. Usually a pretty good start. In place for barrier, looking at the Michigan State to go away. And he's at the 9-yard, take the gate to the front back. Both games and he found with the line. Defense, frustrating the offense. The story of the first ever of Super Bowl 60. Stay tuned for Fast Money at the Applebee's Super Bowl 60 halftime show. Then, switch styles of music and easily groovy playlists with while you were doing the work of Stormy Moses, the man in this game was the most games played before he got to the Super Bowl, 91. One of the veteran leaders we talked about in this game. Get everybody straight. It's the whole offense. It's the Tom Diggs who waited out the regular season game to get to the Super Bowl. Both getting the Patriots offense to stay on. Four drives, 4 punts for New England. He is right around 85 in this first half. It's amazing how deep inside the hole he can get and still bounce it outside and be able to get there. But I feel like I'm watching practice. It was sort of the same thing with this guy. And you can tell even the defenders were kind of like, what was that?
Once they hit those wall, it's like a fucking wall of just huge dudes. You ain't going.
Definitely believes CMC to be in for this game. Shot here, and it is the 39-yard line. Surrounded by bodies, throws to the ball back to the 39. And for time being. Second down, and here's David Arthur.
He told me he is playing for something extra tonight. Like you mentioned, he and Zach Charbonnet were 1-2 punch in the Seahawks backfield this season until Charbonnet tore his ACL in the divisional round. The Walkers responded with over 100 scoring yards each playoff game. He said, I saw him for a little bit, so I'm playing for him. I told Charbonnet that. I said, that's my brother for real. He's a block. He's got my back and I got his no matter what.
And Charbonnet being out for one gets red doors the line, which is right now because of the back. Best thing of this game for your pressure. They admitted to us in our meetings and our discussions, but they said, I could never ever say, give me the ball, ever. But in that last Super Bowl, I knew that I was the only healthy body left there. Said, give me the ball, they did. He ends up being there.
He told us that short sitting after the game, that's going to take up. We knew that 10% of it short.
Right inside here. Beautiful move, man. He's going to find his way out and around. And if he thinks Barnes doing the right thing now, let's get the ball out of my hand. I can even see him take off and run a little bit. Both these quarterbacks need to open it up with their legs.
Will. Mm-hmm. Look up how much, look up the Rice Krispie treats recipe real quick. I just need to know how much butter. I think it's, I forget how many tables. Just for the classic recipe for Rice Krispie.
A fourth cup of butter, it says.
Is it a fourth cup?
Yep. That's a weird. Why don't they just tell you by the stick? Yeah, I'm going to a different one. That's weird. 3 tablespoons. Oh, okay, cool.
On the stick, it says a fourth cup of sport. You
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Really good job that time by Cooper Cup. It's the lane going out and around. And basically they have to strike. It's got to get the ball. Here's the part we didn't tell you about the other ball. One, he's not a very good blocker, and two, he's not a very good receiver. So when he runs the ball, he looks straight. And if you know what's on that regular place. To that spot. Two slides. Whoa, did you see animated now? We gotta show the world the new you. Market going. Oh, crunchy couture. How delicious. Amazing spoons. You nerds just got costumes. Unleash your senses. And one that runs in ours. You know what's going on right there? Don't you have somewhere else to be? Take it back. Feel those folks. Can't be true. Football nuts are. So, player's name. DJ. Alex name. Jared Wiggins. Gerard Cherry.
What did you tell me about pancake box?
Take a closer look. It's Friday. Tell me, what did he say? Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's a juicer. What? Oh, man, the juicer, man. Sweet signatures process. These just I'm just guy. When I use my boss appliances, I feel like more than just guy. I feel like God. Say to go see 5 power tools here. Just a guy. Guy. Just a guy. Just a guy. That's what it's for. Exclusive family interviews, playlists, and more. And elsewhere, Santa Clara. Family's ready to roll for the school. First field position, either team. Thus far this evening, New England France in two. Melissa, what's the like victory side of
Well, we saw 12-year veteran Morgan Moses gather the entire Patriots offense and say, we knew it was going to be 60 minutes. We're here. We arrived. We're shooting ourselves. Let's play our game. And then right after that, head coach Mike Vrabel said specifically to the offensive line, 48 yards, we're going to go play. Go play.
let's sign that offensive line. Seattle had 10 on the field there. First yard. And they take their first shot up.
It has been the rookies on the left side of this offensive line. We talked about it at the beginning of the game, but they simply cannot move up on the outside. It's been Neil Campbell several times, and then it was Garrett Wilson who gave up the sack. This is a formula that's just not going to work as is. So Brett Bay is ability is going to have to come into play, screens, quick wide receiver screens, something to get the ball outside the interior core of that Seattle defense. Because they're pushing them out there.
He's a great friend to his team. They have some rookies next to each other. Kansas is going to go and center back before Steve Allen. Sign out savings. Seattle and Great Bay. Then taken. Wait. The influx is close in on Dak Collins. And it'll be a third down.
I mean, they're really just playing zone defenses. That's all they're doing. And that's hot in the head of Drake May has been so sped up. He's thrown it before he has to. They're missing opportunities. This has to be a first down. Or they're going to jump in. Probably down to these 9.
First down, Josh Joe was there. His son recovered, but that's a first down.
This is a tremendous throw because you're going to end up with coverage out here on the outside. That little spin around and come back in so many times ends up in an interception. And yet we saw Trent May throw it low and tight. And then with that first down.
There have been no penalties in the game thus far. For what it's worth, there has never been a half at his first percentage in Super Bowl history where each team went penalty free.
Like the biggest thing for the Patriots right here, if they score right, that's fine. But you can't give the ball back to Seattle and let them score. You got to take it.
Was all over because they don't have the 15 and 20 sack guy, which is relentless quality that Seattle brings with them.
It really is, and it's also scheme. I mean, they are getting 3 runners going all the time. I'm not sure exactly why Greg Bay did not take the flat route on that. It looked like it was fairly open.
It's scheme is about the guys on the screen. Defensive coach, Baltimore. And for that chunk of water. Born in Detroit, Michigan, Sean Smith, referee his first Super Bowl. That's Will Campbell, the left tackle on that rookie side. They're flinching. I ain't saying that they're flinching in this game. Whether it's the passing game, whether it's the offensive line, they're flinching. They can do that. Instead of punch away with your laptop. I mean, even on my team program, you said, and Lord knows is still the best he can. I mean, you ran into the quarterback, so everything is flashing back right now on Frank May, and he's a young player. And now they really have issues here. Seattle has a chance to put up additional points, but it doesn't look like maybe it's going to score. And time's been good. Try to keep away from Jimmy. Touchdown. The history of the Super Bowl. In the space. No, this is that.